Good evening, all, and welcome to the Tactical Devils. I'm your host, Jarvis, and with me tonight on this Jarvis's Corner, I have Mark Langridge, I have Stu Wally, and hopefully we will have other guests jumping on. And tonight we're going to talk a little bit about the latest transfer news. And there were an update coming in a little bit earlier today, but I think it needs to be mentioned that breaking Alejandro Balde has received a firm proposal from Manchester United. The player also has doubts about his immediate future at Barcelona for the first time. This comes from Helena Condis. And also on the Balde news, we have Rob Dawson coming in with this report saying if Alejandro Balde is allowed to leave Barcelona and he shows a desire to move to Old Trafford, Manchester United would prefer negotiating a season-long loan deal with an option to make the move permanent. This comes from ESPN and Rob Dawson, but it needs to be said, I have a feeling on this deal that this is Jorge Mendes, the super agent, doing his stuff, doing what he always do, and putting his clients in the limelight, opening up the shopping window and telling the world he's for sale. Barcelona is trying to get rid of him. Apparently, they have a academy left back coming up who is super talented, and they also trying to buy another Jorge Mendes agent player, Salinas. So for me, I feel this is just Jorge Mendes playing us and using Man United's name yet again. So there's nothing new. There's other news. We have interest from AC Milan on Mazraoui. Apparently, our old manager wants to have Mazraoui back as a wingback in his system. I wouldn't know why, but he wants him as a wingback in the Amorim system of AC Milan. Also, we heard some reports coming out that the guy we reported on yesterday, Sully Talks, said that Ahmad was going to be out for 6 weeks. Apparently, Chris Wheeler comes out with another report today saying that Ahmad may be not out for 6 weeks. He could be back for the Ipswich game. So what is it? Is it 6 days or is it 6 weeks? Make up your mind, IT case, because there's a big difference between 6 weeks and 6 days, unless we have found a miracle cure on Carrington. I don't know. But also on other injured players, we have good old Mason Mount. And the thing with Mason Mount is Chris Wheeler also reports that Mason Mount could be back for the Ipswich game. Yay! Okay, I don't know how you feel about it, but to be honest, I think we need Mason Mount if he's fit, if he's ready, unless he just gets injured again. We will see, but it will be good to have more options on the bench, because I don't think our midfield looked great against Hull. On other news, we have JJ Gabriel on his debut for the under-21s. He scored a fantastic goal. He lobbed the goalkeeper, and guys, I want to show you this goal because I think it's worth a watch. It's a great goal, and let me just play it for you, so pay attention. It's from the X account of let me just bring it up here, being the producer and the host at the same time, MUFC Academy. And look at this, JJ Gabriel just lobs the goalkeeper and puts it in goal. What a goal from the young striker, 15 years of age, and he scored in his debut. Man United Academy under-21s won the game 5-1, and they demolished the academy players of Ipswich. On other news, we have Baleba. Apparently, he's getting the number 20 shirt. I don't know your take on the number 20. And the guys in the chat, tell me, do we have any other legendary number 20s in Man United? I want to know first who gets it right. Put it in the comments. We also have news on academy player Ethan Wheatley joining Lincoln City on a seasonal loan, as far as I know. I think that's a good move for the striker, and hopefully has a good trial at Lincoln and can be sold, so we can get a little bit of money on the academy players. On transfer news, we have been linked to Jonathan David, the Juventus striker. I saw some reports today on it. We will talk about Jonathan David. Could he be the one, or another striker we have been linked to? And that's Mateta, the Crystal Palace striker. So that's something to have. We will have the striker debate. Who should we bring in? Guys, it's Jarvis's Corner. It's time to have a debate. And let's welcome Stu Woolley. Let's welcome United Lens, Mark Langridge, and smash the like, subscribe if this is your first time on the Tactical Devils. And we will be back after this short intro. So see you in a second. Yes. Welcome, Tactical Devils. Guys, welcome the Devilish Tacticals. Welcome, Stu. Welcome, Mark. And let's get ready for another Jarvis's Corner. I don't know what number it is, but it must be in at least number 150 or something. I don't know. We have been doing this for a while.
It could be close. Got to be a long time.
Yeah. And guys, I don't know if you saw my tactical breakdown yesterday of the whole game, talking about the build-up, the press play, the 4-2-4, and I've seen other tactical channels breaking it down in the exact same way today.
Yes.
Not tooting my own horn, but it's YouTube, so a lot of creators copying each other. So, please give us some credit if we do something good. I want to say hi to the people in the chat. We have Tom Porter, always number one, coming in. Tom Porter saying good evening, Jarvis, Stu, and hopefully Mark. We have Barbaro Helm. We have Neil Davis. Is it just me? We have Das. We have CG Ramos. We have let me just scroll down a little bit. We have Mason Mount fan coming in with a £1 super chat. Thank you, Mason Mount fan, for the lovely donation. Appreciate it. And also we have Vidake 8683 saying, I'm guessing it's 6 weeks and the 6 days is just a conduce Ipswich. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I find it strange for Chris Wheeler to report this the day after Solly Talks reported 6 weeks. I don't know. It feels like something has been lost in translation or whatever, 6 weeks, 6 days, roughly the same. Let's type it. So I don't know. We have Bilal in the house. We have Sam in the house. Big up. We have Dave. We have and also we have Time Space Continuum. And we have a super chat also coming in from Bilal. Thank you so much, Bilal, coming in and tell you to smash the like, please, people. Yes, guys, do us a favor, smash the like. I see people are tuning in. We are 74 watching at the moment. Hopefully there will be more joining us. I also aware of the Fulham Chelsea game is on right now. Apparently it's 2-3 now. So thank you, Neil Driscoll, for the update. Yes. Who scored? Let me know in the chat. Yes, welcome, Mark. Welcome. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm all right. It's been one hell of a long, hectic weekend for me. So, even now, I'm not normally late, and I was like, I can't even get home on time from work. It's just one of those. Like, I was getting the door, and in fact, Jarvis, I felt like you. Like I said last night about doing the coaching, you get in the door, quickly change, brush your hair, or something like that. It's been a very long weekend. Happy the Premier League's back. Not so happy we were back for obvious reasons. But, happy to get into it with you guys and talk about, some truth and some fiction, as always, I'm sure.
Yeah. it's always stressful, being a dad, being a content creator, having a job, having a life,
Yep.
preaching to the choir. I know how it is. And,
Yeah.
at the top of it all, try to squeeze in 18 holes at the golf course at the same time. And then you have me and Stu with his footy and all of this. By the way, Stu, I love the shirt.
Look, I dug this out. I found it because we just recently moved. It's almost a year since we've been here, and we've done part of the house. We're just getting around to do the rest of it. And my office eventually will get done. But I love this shirt so much, and so I'm going to wear it when I can. I'm in an R-in. Me and Jakey were talking yesterday. We were deciding whether or not to procure the latest jersey. It's a bit up in the air, and I quite like the cream one with the green stripes
with
on
the centered crest and all that. Yeah.
What, you mean the one they've got to do redo anyway for us to?
We've got to have Snapdragon on it, for Champions League.
I like, how stupid are the people there? I don't know about not knowing the rules.
It's just ridiculous, isn't it? But no, absolutely. I'm still all right. I'm quite looking forward to it. I've got a bit of footy this week. We're going to do step it up the training. I'm stepping up the training now to see how the knee holds out, because so I'm going to do a bit more on Wednesday, a bit more cycling at the weekends, just to strengthen the muscle in around the kneecap area, and then we've already played 2 games, so I'm just going to have to wait it out. I think this season, guys, on the bench, you don't get into a team when you're winning, so we just have to see.
Yeah. But as you said, your ACL is hanging on a thread, so
It's hanging
you
on the
better
thread,
take it
so.
cautious. You can come in and do 15 minutes a game, and score a couple of goals and secure the games out, see the games out.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm not
a lot of players do that. In their later years
Years in life.
in teams.
That's right.
So
That's
so
right.
nothing to be ashamed of, Stu. But I know you're a winner. You're a fighter. You always want to start, and that's how you are built.
Yes.
By the way, we have gifted, Bilal has gifted one Tactical Devils membership. And I would say it's Job Henry 5612 who received that gift. Thank you, Bilal. And let's play a short jingle for Bilal. I'll give you the Licks deadlifts. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, there you go, Dilek. Well done. Thank you, Bilal. As always, any donations are, really great.
And Job Henry is one of the new members. And guys, if you didn't receive a membership, you can become a member for as little as £1.99. So that's it. Thank you so much, Bilal. By the way, I want to go back, and Ramos put me back on track when it came to the transfer news. And he says, oops, no, not this one. It's another one. This comment from Ramos saying, even though Jarvis doesn't like my opinions. What? I do like your opinions, mate. He said, I agree with him. The Balde move is just Mendes using us again. The right move is David Raum, attacking left back, which we have missed for more than 10 years now. I see Mark is shaking his head, and by the way, you heard yesterday the links, with Balde. There was a lot of rumors about Balde yesterday. It started out with a lot of rumors today, but I think it fizzled out a little bit, and people are understanding now that Mendes maybe is the mastermind, as we called it yesterday on the Tactical Devils. But what's your take on the left back, Mark? Do you think actually we will sign any left back? Because there were an interview with Andy Mitten. I think it's Talk of the Devils. He said something like, we might have signed our last player for this window. So
well, it's not just him now. David Ornstein's also gone and put out a tweet saying Man United's transfer window is basically over. And we all know that there aren't many people to listen to left on X and things like that for 100%. When they speak, you listen. But Ornstein's probably, in my opinion, the number one person. So it does worry me. But the Rahm, I'm not sure. Personally, I'm not sure he would cut it in the Premier League. I think he's one of those who looks good in other league, and not when he would come up against more physical players. Don't forget how fast the Premier League is. You can look really fast in any league or international football, but then you come up against the Premier League and everyone's a sprinter. Do you know what I mean? So you look, that pace can be cut in half almost. But for me, it needed to be. I've spoken about this on my own channel. Rahm would be the in between man. That's the way I would see him. Right? You'd bring him in and then go for Lewis.
He's 28.
Yeah, you go for Lewis Hall again. And for me, we need to stop doing that. I agree. It'll be a better option from what we have right now. But we've got a young left back who has absolutely just run the show in the under 21s while I was watching it on the train.
Harry Amas.
So I'd rather gamble and play him in and out for a season and go for Lewis Hall next season than spend money. If that makes sense. I know Stu is a big believer of strength in depth, but we need to start believing in some of these youngsters. Maybe they can give us that strength in depth. He's been out on loan and he's had this physicality of the Championship, so the tackles he was putting in were that of professional players, not 21-year-olds. He did even get booked when he got up and squared up to the centre-back before he got sent off for Ipswich, which, bear in mind, conceding a goal to 10 men is not good. So, yeah, that's the way I see it. I like him, but I would have liked him 3 years ago. Do you know what I mean? We're always too late to the party.
Yeah. But Vivell seems to know him, Leipzig and all of this. We also have Sesko. He's played with him. He's the captain of Leipzig, as far as I know. He's very experienced. He played in the Champions League, top of the Bundesliga for many years. The Dutch, the German national team, and bringing in a player like Raum. Let's say the long-term plan is getting Harry Amas. Up and running for the first team. So a loan for Amas this season, and keep Ram for another 2 or 3 years. I wouldn't mind a setup like that. And him being Ram, Amas being the understudy for Ram next season.
But if you wanted him the understudy, then he needs to be in and around him, not on loan. That's a common misconception.
Well, the thing is, Luke Shaw has 1 year left. I'm thinking ahead. Sorry, yeah.
Oh no, yeah, but don't forget he was on loan twice. He done 2 loans last year. But getting injured. But then again, who didn't out of our loanees last year? Felt like every decent player that we actually had a bit of faith in got injured out on loan.
Yeah. Stu, what's your take on the Balde latest moves? The Mendes thing, the left back, Raum, whoever we are linked to.
I quite like Ram. I think he's okay. I think Ramos's point's well made. He's a seasoned professional, first and foremost.
Yeah.
And I think that's quite important. I would if we can't get Lewis Hall in, I'd get Bueno anyway. That would always be my first choice. He would fit the Carrick system well. Look,
where does Breno play?
Left wing back or left back?
No, where?
Wolves.
Wolves, that's it. So I just not seen Diouf just signed, didn't he? I said about Diouf, and he's gone from West Ham to Brentford.
They've got him, have they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Is it official now with Diouf? I saw they were trying to.
I know they were trying to get him.
Yeah, I think it might not. Like he's doing medicals and that. It's as official.
Okay. So it's not here we go, but it's almost. Yeah. Okay.
I don't think I would have chosen Jeff anyway. Look, the modern fullback. Me and Jarvis were talking about last. The modern fullback can't play fullback, can't defend. Balde can't defend 1-on-1. but he can carry the ball exceptionally well. Bueno
They're
can't
wingers, aren't
defend
they?
one-on-one.
They're failed wingers now. I say
but he
fullback.
can, but he can carry the ball very, very well. Rahm can't defend particularly well. He's better than Balde and he's better than Bueno. But I think and he carries the ball pretty well, but not as well as Bueno for me. You know, you could argue Lewis Hall had a mixed game last night. I'm not really bothered about the first game of the season. We know what he can do in terms of his overall play. And Amas at the moment, you know, I tend to agree, Mark. You know, he's played quite well from what I've seen and on the app and that tonight. But again, he needs to be playing, and the only way he's going to play. We're not. You see, our problem is we're not in the younger rounds of the Carabao Cup this year. We were last year. We're already out the Carabao Cup. It's this week. Don't forget, we were at the Carabao Cup this time last year. Amas,
who did we play?
Grimsby.
Grimsby.
I think, yeah. And so he's not. You know, we're not getting an option because we're coming around later. So, you know, he's not getting the early games under his belt. So I think what's interesting for me is if we go for a left back, and I think we should get a left back because we're effectively going to have 3 games a week. We're going to go either Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday. So Sunday, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, or Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday and Sunday. That's how it's going to be. So effectively, although Sunday to Sunday is a different week, before you will jump on me, it's effectively going to be 3 games in a week. So we are going to need the strength in depth. We've got to. And our issues are likely to be not only our fitness, not only our ability to keep our players injury free, but we're going to run into some games that are going to be quite tough. We're also going to run into a group of games that should be relatively easy, certainly in the Champions League, and you would think in the early stages of the Carabao Cup. But
well, there is something that could put us off, isn't there? This new fucking international break, 3-week break. That's the thing that could absolutely kill Man United and a lot of teams, but I think specifically Man United, with how poor they've looked with their players coming back late from international. They're going to get back. They're going to get back up to fitness, and they're going to go on international break.
Well, this is where managers of yesteryear had it right. You're not going to your international team, mate. You're staying. You're injured.
Exactly.
You're staying, and they were told.
Can't do that.
They were told. Oh,
it's against the rules. It's against the rules too.
It was against the rule. It was against the rules in the 80s and 90s, but they did it, and the 2000s, but they did.
So they had to change the rules, Jarvis, because of Alex Ferguson.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still the national team can't demand the players to come in and have their own doctors and medical team do the assessment if the players is ready or not.
That's
it's not
only
up to the
in the
club
last
anymore.
10 years. That's only in the last 10 years. Before that, they had no say over it because of the whole wages. We pay their wages. We're not having your doctors look at our players. Now they've changed slightly, as you saw, for United getting a massive payout in terms of what it is to FIFA for Ugarte. Yeah. That's what they had to change. It's like, if you're going to do that, you have to do X, Y, or Z. And now they stick to it. So we can't. But you can still fake an injury if you're clever enough, like Kobe Mainoo potentially did, allegedly, for the World Cup.
You know, these players have got to start looking at the club again. They've got to look at the value of the club over the value of the Nations League, for fuck's sake. I mean, it's just a made-up waste of time for England. You know, we get the easiest group ever.
Conference League of the
we do. And then we get through the easiest group, and then we start playing teams like Spain and France, and we don't get anywhere because we get easy groups all the time.
Well, we've had first game,
we've had this problem for years.
No, our first game is Spain in the
Nations League. It was our first game, Spain, in there. I didn't know that.
We've got Spain.
That's only because I take zero notice whatsoever of that. I just
but you know, we dropped out. And we've come back up, sort of thing, because
we came back up, did we?
So it's lowered our rankings in how they format it, and I believe, because they made a big thing about it in the World Cup and saying that actually England's first game, so in that 3-week window, we play Spain, and I'm looking forward to that, because this is just going to be the nail in the coffin for Tuchel to get the fuck out of there, and now we know who's going to come in and replace him in Eddie Hall.
But going back to what I was originally saying is, I like Balde, and he glides across if you've seen him play, he glides across the pitch beautifully, but he's not what we need. The only difference is, I think Rahm's got a bit more about him, and he's got more about him defensively than Bueno as well, by the way.
But Stu, I think you're right when it comes to Balde and how he glides with the ball. And I was actually thinking he could fit very well into this Man United team if we reverted back to last year's Man United with the compact 4-4-2 block, sitting a little bit deeper and then having the space to attack always on the counter. We could start the counter attacks even in our own 18-yard box with a player like Balde. And, that's, I don't, and by the way, guys, I don't know how familiar you are to Balde. So let me show you a little clip of his moves. I think I have it.
I did have a look, Jarvis, at Data MB, and I put, funny enough, Lewis Hall, Luke Shaw, and Balde over each other. They are nothing alike. That is a real good thing. When you look at it, the only thing they all have in common, none of them put in crosses into the box.
No.
Oh, no, they don't. None of them do that. I'll tell you a big difference though between Balde, Rahm, and Bueno. Balde is exceptional in tight spaces. He is very, very good at getting out of tight spaces.
But you would expect that if you've gone to Barcelona, right?
Bueno's decent at getting out of tight spaces, but Balde is exceptional at getting out of tight spaces. So if we are pushed deep and he finds himself in the left back position and he gets it, he should be able to extricate himself out of that particular problem. And I would expect Bueno to be able to do it as well, but not as competent as Balde. Rahm, not so much, but Rahm's a much better. If you find him in that position, he can defend better than Bueno and Balde.
What Balde will do, he will take it to the byline and get the ball in square. Because obviously that's the Barcelona way, right? The cutbacks.
Correct.
That's why it doesn't really show that he puts many crosses in. But I prefer a ball hard and low across the box all day long to actually having to throw my head at it. And I love a header. So, but you can control a side foot or slide or whatever you need to do to score a goal. But it is what it is. I don't know if Jarvis has got the.
Yeah, it's in the wrong file, so I'm just uploading it again. But by the way, quickly, guys, please remind me during the show, because in the Kaila comes in with a bombshell. Our Man United source has just made contact. They said the word "do not post this until 10:30 p.m." and hung up. So it's another clickbait, but I'm curious. I want to know. So please let me know if there's any updates.
He beat Ormstein because Ormstein couldn't hear his phone. Apparently, that's Ormstein.
Well, he was right on. He was right on Baleba when everybody.
He was 24 hours before Ormstein. Apparently, Ormstein got the call.
Oh, interesting one on Baleba. Shoot, remember we were talking about Baleba being back fit? Yeah, and I said no, he's out for like 2 months. 3 months. Yeah.
Yes.
So, spoke to someone over the weekend. We were both right. It's about how you look at it. So, Brighton were looking at it originally of when he would next step back on the pitch. So, how many weeks is he out when you work out when he steps onto the pitch?
Yeah, exactly.
So yes, he's now not fit. He's back and training. So you're classing him as he's back, but he's now got almost 2 months to get fit from the ankle injury. So you add that in. It, like I said, it was like 6 to 8 minimum from when we signed him.
Yeah, but interestingly enough, the guys are asking about Rahm's age. He's 28. So he's over a prospect, Seb. But I wouldn't say I'm full in for him. But he's a good viable option for sure. He really is, because we're not going to get Salinas. No chance. And I think that's say out of
well, that's why we could get Balde, because Salinas is going to go to No, it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
Salina.
yeah. That's the school of thought.
It's a youngster, isn't it? That's going to
Yeah, that's
Barcelona.
school of
Wants
thought.
Barcelona.
The problem we've got to think about Balde, and this is where Ramos is absolutely bang on, and this is why I prefer Bueno over Balde. I'm going to just say Angel Di Maria to you now. Before anyone starts calling him a snake and all this,
Sebastian Furon.
just forget that. Forget the fact that he was forced out of Real Madrid and forced to Manchester United. He didn't want to be here. He was obvious he didn't want to be here. There was certain issues that happened to him and he couldn't wait to go. He didn't want to be here. So let's not have a situation where we're taking a player, even on loan, who doesn't want to come to Manchester United. Don't bother with it. We don't want you then go to wherever you want to go to. And then if you've got to go in for Rome, as Jarvis said, for 2-3 years, Mark, you said for 2-3 years, keep Amos in and around the club. If you have got to push him out on a loan, make sure that we're getting regular updates, because the loan system today, what it was 10 years ago, when basically managers had to write a report and send it weekly to the club, they don't have to do that anymore.
They just go on Y-Scout.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all whatever.
Digital.
But I think you get Bueno cheap, and I think if we are waiting for Lewis Hall, which could be a bad move, it could be a good move. We don't really know. Gary Neville's come out today and said, and by the way, most people might have forgotten Gary Neville's first number was
20.
Yeah, because certainly wasn't number 2. Correct. He was.
Was it 20? I just took a wild guess.
There's only one number 20. If you're
there's only one number 20. But Jarvis was talking about 20. Gary Neville started at 20. Anyway,
I know he was up there.
Yeah,
but don't forget he came through and it was still 1 to 11 on the pitch. So
yes, that's right. But they're talking about when he was in the juniors. Yeah, it was 1 to 11. He came in that year, became shirt numbers, didn't it? Squad numbers. Anyway, that's beside the point. That's not what I'm on about. So Gary Neville's saying save your money, but we've got to get squad depth. We have to have squad depth. So if we've got Luke Shaw and he plays 20, 25 games a season, we've got Ram who plays in the bigger games. Although you would, by the way, you probably, as the season goes on and Luke Shaw stays fit, you probably want to play him in the likes of Man City, Liverpool, etc. You might reconsider playing Ram in those games because of knowing and understanding. And by the way, I'd say this over Bueno as well.
Yeah,
you may consider. So having Luke Shaw, which he was poor, 69. Yeah,
69,
it was very poor,
dude.
Let's be honest, he was poor. Luke Shaw was, but nobody was great.
I was going to say he was as poor as every other
defender.
That's
what I mean. So let's not get into that. But you could put Ram in probably a game like and he'd probably survive. And I think Bueno would probably survive because Bueno came, he's played lower league stuff, out in Portugal and that, so he probably would survive. Amos wouldn't have survived at Hull. Mark, you know that. I know that. We all know that. Even though we played.
I think you're right. He wouldn't have survived, but you know what he would give us? Someone who actually gave a shit on the pitch.
Well, that's why I gave Harry Maguire a little bit of kudos because I thought he cared. To be honest, he was one of the
He was so caring, mate. He was hugging his own player.
Yeah, I know. Look, everybody made mistakes.
Bear hug.
He tried. I mean, crikey, he played up front for part of the first. Anyway, that's just. I don't want to get into the woes of it.
Yeah,
if we're going to do this left back, I think we need to do it smartly. That's what I was going to conclude with. We must do it smartly, and I don't think Balde is the smart option. That's all I'm saying. I think
Ramos might be onto something in the chat though, because if Carrick's looking at this rotational PSG style football, then you're not looking at defending. You're looking at keeping the ball, and you're looking at runners in behind. And Balde would tick every single box. In there. If you're looking at the next,
him or Alphonso Davies, that's the only one. And we have been linked to Alphonso Davies earlier, so it fits the mold.
Yeah, I've wanted Alphonso Davies for years, but
same
with Ram. The problem they're going to have is they're getting slightly older now. Those hamstring tendons are getting slightly tighter, and they are a hamstring waiting to happen when they're that fast.
Yeah,
Michael
but the problem
Owen,
is, Mark.
for
The problem is,
instance.
Mark. You know, you could have Balde if he's playing up at the halfway line, but you know, the bottom line is you've got the likes of Ollie McBurney running to half the fucking pitch.
Yeah.
We can't afford to do this. Carrick has got to re-look at his system if he wants to compete at the top level. Now, we talk about rotation all the time. We do. Jarvis eloquently described how Hull got at us last night, and I put an argument on how I would have stopped it, you know, and how I would have stopped their breakout and how they would have done it. And, you know, we both gave our viewpoints. Now, looking at it, for me, if you're Luke Shaw and you're pushing up to the halfway line, or you're Balde pushing up to the halfway line, or you're Ram, or you're whatever, and we have got two relatively slow centre backs, which we do. Heaven's not lightning quick, and Maguire isn't quick. They are in to a space which, if you've got, okay, just say for argument's sake, Anthony Elanga.
Yeah.
Nobody's catching him in a fucking million years. Now, I know that's the exception. I get it. I do.
It's
I
not,
understand.
though. I actually totally
Did
agree
you
with you.
see
That's the point I
Kirkus?
was trying to make about Ram. He may look quick, but when he's chasing Elanga, how quick is he? When he's chasing
point.
Traore,
Yeah, great
people
point.
like that, how quick are you in the Premier League? But the caveat to that, I would say, is Marquinhos. He's probably as quick as Harry Maguire, right, for PSG.
But 2 points you're going to make. You're going to talk about Hakimi. You talk
You've
about
got the players around him to cover his
Mendy?
legs.
Is it Mendy?
Yeah,
Mendy. You can talk about them too.
On the left.
Correct. So I get it. I get the argument for it. I do. I do. I wholly agree with the argument, by the way. You're both right. You know, in fact, actually, I'm going to say it. We're all right, for the better phrase, because we're all correct in what we're talking and how we could predict it. It's really difficult. It's a difficult system to play, I think, the way that Carrick wants to play without the proper personnel around him.
But then we're back to a totally different argument, isn't it? We've been talking about a left back, and eventually, actually, it comes back to, well, you're still fucked in the middle because our centre backs can't run.
Sorry, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So anyway,
so that's it. You are right. You have to get someone who can go. We're not talking about being defensive monster, winning every single duel. We're talking about someone who's smart enough to know when to go, when to bail out on that run and get back. Because you know you've got to cover. Sure, I don't know if you were watching it. I'm guessing some of the people in the chat might have just watched the under-21s. The reason I say about Amas is exactly what they did to him. They got hit on the counter. He sprints back and he makes he bailed out on his run, turns around, sprints back, makes the tackle. 21's nowhere near like the level, but the mentality is what I'm looking at. You know, that smart kind of footballer going,
yes.
and you start running back the other way.
Yeah, look, I've got no arguments on let's be smart in our play. Jarvis, Seb says he's got a serious question. Can I ask it now, please? As the host, what do you think?
Yes, Seb and Stu, if you can start his question, we will go through it because I want to add something to this. Seb, we will answer it very quickly. And by the way, it's 45 likes. People get those likes up. It's so important. And now the game is over, so we just need a good start, and people will start coming in. It's 77 people watching at the moment. Hopefully, we will work ourselves up to 100 likes during the show. I have some things to say. First of all, let's have a quick look at David Raum. And guys, it's important to see. He plays as a left back. He's 28 years of age. His valuation, that's where it's interesting, because I think we are skint. I don't think we have a lot of money, and I think we are reluctant to spend on our credit facilities. His contract ends in 2027, so the later it goes into the window, he has roughly now 10 months left of his contract, and then he will go on a free. So I think we can strike a bargain when it comes to Leipzig. Maybe we are talking about as little as maybe 10 millions. We can push this deal, and maybe that's why we are waiting. Maybe this is the deal we are looking at. I'm just speculating. I know nothing when it comes to this. I'm just speculating. When it comes to his player traits, you see his touches is in the 99 percentile. Chances created. He creates a hell of a lot of chances for Leipzig. 75% percentile when it comes to defensive contributions, and he also contributes a lot of goals. His weaknesses is aerial duels, and if you can call it a weakness, shot attempts at 65 percentile. So, for me, he feels like a kind of a complete fullback. His last season, 3 goals, 7 assists, 29 started games in 30 matches, 2,500 minutes, and a high rating of 7.63. And these ratings are based on the stats of the players, pass completion and all of this. So again, it's not the ratings we would give as fans, give a 5, give a 6, give a 3 to Luke Shaw. It's not the same. So that's why sometimes the ratings are a little bit weird on stat channels like this. Look at his heat map.
United players 6s and 7s for Sunday on Footmob. So.
Yeah. You're right. If you go to his Bundesliga heat map, Stu, this is a heat map I know you like. He's in the right areas defending as a fullback. He has a lot of touches. He's involved with the ball all the time, and I think that's strong. If you divide this by roughly 30 games, I don't know how many touches you are in every game, but it's a lot of touches. He's involved with the play, so he's not hiding, and I like that. I like players who's not hiding, and also. There were some concerns about his pace. If you go through last season and look at his stats, let me go here for SofaScore. So you see here, last season, on average per 90, he covered 10.4 kilometers. So he bumps up and down all the time. He has 17.4 sprints. So he puts in an workload every time. And his top speed is 35.8. And that's pretty strong. He's not a slow fullback. So the numbers are fantastic when it comes to David Raum. That's the thing. And he's a player I would love for us to sign based on the stats. But the thing is, it's the Premier League, it's not the Bundesliga, so it will be tougher for him. The other guy we have been linked to, that's Balde. I promised you some photos of him. So if you look at how he is as a player, he's very good on gliding with the ball, through the defense. You see here, he runs, he doesn't tackle, he runs and wins the ball and just bombs on as soon as he has the chance. And I think also this could fit into this Carrick system, the way he plays football. So for me, I think he looks like a proper baller. The only thing, when it comes to this is the physicality. Is he strong enough to hold off his man? He's up against the best in the Premier League, strong guys. He could be bullied off the ball. I don't know. Let me remind you, for example, Anthony. You saw him in the Eredivisie gliding through players, so fantastic, technical. But as soon as he came to the Premier League,
Spain as well now.
Yeah. But I'm just using it as an example for people to recognize my argument. He's not strong enough. So
I agree.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm just asking the question. But I like what I see. How he just glides through. He uses his left foot. When I look at compilations, I see if they use both feet. See here, he uses right, his left. So that's a good sign. So it tells me he's very technical, very secure on the ball, and he's not afraid to take on his man. So
have you not seen the tackling, Jarvis?
No, I haven't.
I'm so happy you said that, Shu, because I was waiting to say it.
That one piece, just about 30 seconds ago, I'd have smashed him in row fucking Z. I'd have had him right.
What I would say is, in that compilation, he has amazing feet, right?
No, I think he's got great feet.
But you're going to make his feet look even better if you're going to just hang a leg out, try to tackle him. That's not happening in the Premier League. But that's what Jarvis's argument is. When you watch that,
No,
looking
I
going
agree.
past players,
I agree.
yeah, I totally agree on that, Jarvis. I think that is very valid. And
I'll
I've
go
always
back.
said this about La Liga, haven't I? This is what I'm saying about a 19-year-old playing one league below that, and we think he'd be good enough to bring into Man United because certain in the know journalists are linking him to us. No way. Like ITV, if you're in England, watch it. They cover all the Spanish games now on whatever ITV Sport is called on those things. STV.
I don't know what it's called now.
Yeah, but they cover it, and you've got to watch them. Ram's speed, Jarvis, is the average speed of an Olympic sprinter. I googled it while you were going through all that. I wanted to see. I knew it was quick because remember we did Sander Berge and how quick he was. That is the average speed. Bear in mind, the fastest player we've probably seen in the last 3 years in the Premier League has been old Van der Ven, Mickey, who actually runs as fast as Usain Bolt over 100 meters.
Yeah, and he fucking let me down in my fantasy league, the fucker.
Mate, you want to let down? I couldn't get on the app. I've missed the first week.
Oh, we wondered where you were. We were looking for you.
I've missed the first week. I couldn't get on. I'm like,
we couldn't find it.
I'm there and it's going, the app is down. I'm like, fucking great. I can't register my team. Yeah, so that shows how fast the Premier League and players are getting. They're running at almost Olympic record, like qualification pace.
Yeah, well, that's where football is now, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
why we're getting more knee and hamstring injuries.
I go back to Balde, and my overriding concern is if he's forced out of Barcelona, do we want a player that's forced out of a club?
We would have taken Chouameni, who was on his way to be forced out if that didn't turn around. It swings and roundabouts. I know what you're saying, but Barcelona have to force their players out because they can't get them off the bloody books.
No,
they're very Man United-esque in that respect because they have to bring that wage bill down by the league records. Otherwise, they can't register players.
No, they can't. He used to like a tackle, Mason Mount, back in his day.
Yeah,
didn't mind a tackle.
Oh, I've seen him scythe down many a player.
Yeah, he didn't mind a tackle, Mr. Mount.
I just want to wrap up this left back debate. I think it's interesting, very interesting. And I saw some questions. All the sources we know is from Spanish outlets linking Man United to this player. There haven't been many. Chris Wheeler was out. I don't know who was it. Someone came out and said something that we are maybe looking for a loan deal when it comes to Balde. But besides that, it's only been the Spanish outlets. And I feel this is... We had the Marca guy coming in yesterday. Clubs. Yeah, the Marca journalist came out yesterday.
Yes, but it only named Man United, doesn't name any of the other clubs. And I always think whenever that happens, you're talking shit because why are you only able to name Man United? Why are you not naming 2 other clubs?
Yeah, and I feel that is the issue. I think this is Mendes just playing us. But let's if we play the game, are we signing Balde? Would you like him? Will he fit into the team? Yes. I think he will fit in. I think he's very quick. He's very pacey, we could make a poll. I can make a poll, and Raum, Balde, and basically
stick with Amas.
Yeah, okay. I'll make a poll, guys. Also, when it comes to this, I saw the questions. So Tyrone, I think it was Tyrone asking it. There are no other confirmations, no other reports coming from reliable journalists. It's the Marca journalist, and there's some other journalists in Spain. Nothing from the British press. So I'm not as I said yesterday, 25%, maybe 10% today because it didn't develop as I was hoping. So I don't think.
Which one would you like, Jarvis? Which one would you like out of that? I know you like Ram, but. Actually, if I said, right, here's the money, you go get whichever one it wants, which one would you actually take?
Raum for me. Because I feel we can't have too many youngsters. I want someone older to come in.
No. That's you being logical.
Yeah.
Which one would you actually have?
Okay,
If we didn't have
you got
if
me. You
everyone
got
else
me.
wasn't
You got
young.
me. I like a dribbler because I feel we lack dribblers in the team. We need someone who can take on their man and create unbalance for the opposition team. Because people are talking about transition, and transition is also when you beat your man, because then you create chaos. People lose their marker, people lose their position, they glide out, and then you have your chance to go at the opposition team. And we don't have dribblers in our team. I think that's a big loss. And especially when everything goes to Bruno. This is my little Bruno rant, so excuse me, Neil Driscoll and the rest of you guys who loves
I have
Bruno.
bigger ones.
One of Bruno's biggest flaws is he can't dribble. He never glides past his man and creates unbalance. He's a passer of the ball. He's a conductor. And if everything goes through him, we need to have players who can sprint, who's faster, who can get away from their marker, who can be open. Or we can run in behind if the opposition allows us by not dropping too deep. But we couldn't do that against Hull. There were no space to run into unless you go into diagonal runs, as Stu always talks about. So I feel when we have Bruno, it will always give us a tough time to break down low blocks.
What you mean? Because we're so predictable that we're only going to pass to Bruno Fernandes and no one else.
Yes. So it's my little kind of Bruno critique, but not Bruno critique. It's a critique of the attributes of the player.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Do you agree, Mark?
100%. I think you may have come in when I was having to go about Bruno last night. He does his own thing. We've always said this. He's world class and we allow him to do his own thing. But Stu will tell you, if you had Bruno on the pitch, the ball's going there, you already know you're going to have one player on him and a second player ready to press him and make him make mistakes. But all he does to stop that from happening is play the ball first time in behind when people don't even know where it's going to go. So do you remember on the last show, I said, I don't see patterns of play? Because a pattern of play is in the build-up, right? We're playing out from the back. And at the end of that playing out from the back is give Bruno the ball and he does whatever he wants with it. So where are these diagonal runs? Where are the, a little intricate 1-2s, and then you play a diagonal across the pitch, back into the goal, and we score? Because it just goes to Bruno and it gets thrown in the box.
Well, what's more interesting for me is the point about dribbling, and I agree with both you on that. Yeah. Balde is an exceptional dribbler. He is. Well, the way he gets out of tight spaces, it's just, when I look at him, when I look at games, I think, well, what would I do there? I'd fucking smash him into the fucking boards. And I would, because that's just my game. But we don't play like that anymore. And I listened to a massively interesting thing a couple of weeks ago. You may well have heard it, you may not. And Sol Campbell is talking about how easy it would be for him to play the game today, because nobody fucking touches anyone. And he's right. You don't do that. So good dribblers. Can you imagine if Maradona played today? Fucking hell. Yeah. He'd score 60, 70 goals a season because nobody get near him. You can't take him out. You get sent off, etc., etc., etc.
I can imagine Rio Ferdinand dribbling around players as a centre-back.
Exactly.
In modern-day football. Remember, he used to do it originally at West Ham.
What about Jarzinho in the 70s? Wow.
Oh yeah, we won't even go there for those Brazilian players. Roberto Carlos now.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, my point being, you're right. Balde is an exceptional dribbler. Rahm, I think, gives us a bit more aggression. Now, people will say, well, Stu, you only like aggression in football. Absolutely, I'm a centre half. Mark will tell you that. Mark will tell you. Jarvis will tell you. You go into a centre half's domain, bang. You're having it. That's all we're good for. We're not good for anything else.
You have to meet you with the same back, and we can't do that. Exactly. So if you're going to be aggressive towards me, I'm putting you and the ball in the back of the net.
But the difference between me and you, Mark, is you'd let me be aggressive with you because I wouldn't care if you fucking elbowed me. The same as you wouldn't give a shit if I elbowed you. You wouldn't care. It's part of the fucking game, But today it isn't. It doesn't allow. So today's game, Jarvis, the likes of Balde, not that there's that many of him, the likes of Balde is, I agree with you, he's a risk taker. Clearly, he's a risk taker.
It's Alfonso Davis, it's the Mendes,
Yeah.
it's the Hakimi, all of these guys. That's the modern fullback, the guy who can dribble with extreme pace. Just go at him.
What I will say about those clips, it means that they heavily press him. So maybe his first touch is actually shit, because he might be able to dribble out of that, but he must be. You notice he was always 2 or 3 players on him, and if you think about that in a game situation, then that you wouldn't tend to want him to dribble out. As a coach, you wouldn't want him to dribble out. You would have give the ball out. We should have already been on multiple passes. Where's your triangles? And he's like, oh shit, quick, left to right and get out of the thing. That's your Xavi, that's your Iniesta in centre midfield back in the proper prime of Barcelona, not your left back. So there is a little thing to look at that, going, what's made him need to get out of that situation? Why is everyone on top of him? Or it could just be we talk about a lot, and we are on YouTube. We can't put it down, but YouTube's only ever going to show the best bits, isn't it?
Well, we know that. I mean, we know that. I mean, easy.
So I'm saying, how many times does they actually drop a tackle?
His one-on-one defending, Mark, is abysmal. Jarvis will tell you that. It's fucking abysmal, his one-on-one defending. So is Bueno's, by the way, if I'm being honest with you. His one-on-one defending is abysmal. I think Rahm's the better defender out of the 3 of them. So I think Rahm would be our best option. Yeah.
Rahm's very close to a Kyle Walker, I would say.
Yeah.
Uses his pace at pace when they're dribbling. He'll quickly use that pace over 2 yards to accelerate and get between the player and the ball. Kyle Walker's done that for years. And once he lost that pace, he lost his place in the Man City team, didn't he? Once that pace went, he was unable to do that. Pace is undefended. You cannot defend against pace, and it can get you out of a lot of troubles, that 5 yards. And Rahm definitely uses it in the right situations. But there was one defender that has scared me now for all these fast defenders, Spinazzola. Remember him in the Euro?
Yeah.
Absolutely rapid. I say it would have been up there with Van der Ven for pace. And then that Achilles just snapped. Now we have Ekitike snap Achilles doing nothing.
The ball guy from Inter. Is it Inter?
You
know what I mean? Jarvis, you know what I'm talking about. Left back.
No,
the ball guy for Inter, is it?
Are we talking about the Dutch left back?
Possibly. Yeah, their left back. Yeah, what was his name?
What's his name again?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's quite what I call swashbuckling. He's a bit like Diouf, but a better player than Diouf. But a bit of a swashbuckler, isn't he? Up and down the wing, fucking unorthodox in his running style and his play, but quite effective.
Well,
but again, not brilliant.
It's effective because you don't know whether he's going left or right. You don't know whether he's coming or going.
And do you know one of the funny things? Hakimi, one of the best fullbacks probably in the world at this point in time, can't defend for fucking toffee.
No, he uses his pace to get there, and he can't defend if he can't get to the ball.
Yeah,
absolutely. He's like I say, it's undefendable pace, and we have allowed it to go out of the game.
Yeah, and Kyle Walker's a great example. Valencia was rapid. When he played right back for us, wasn't he? He was always quick, always kept himself in good shape, and that. But
he couldn't defend for toffee, that's for sure.
We won't get Salinas, unfortunately. He'll end up. The reason Jarvis
looks like you're going to.
Salinas is. Am I right in saying Mendes represents Salinas as well?
You are right.
So Salinas is going to beat Barcelona. He wants Barcelona. Barcelona want him. This is why the Balde link is happening. So Balde will need to leave for them to bring in another player because
DiMarco. That's him.
Yeah, DiMarco.
Jarvis, Cass has asked for the link. I've sent it to him, but I don't know if you want it.
Yeah. Cass is always welcome on the show.
I didn't know if you wanted to follow up with him anyway, whether he's got it or not, but I just thought I'd let you know.
No. Thank you for sending him the link. I have too many things up on my screen right now. I'm trying to figure out because I'm trying to follow up on everything we are talking about. And right now I'm trying to make a poll because I want to know what you guys think, who should be signed. And also, I saw Yale Malmin bringing up an interesting comment, and it's about Miles Lewis Skelly. And Laurie Whitwell came out with a small report on MLS, as we can call him, because he has a long name. And let me see if I can find it. Yes, this is the report from Luckhurst. So let me read it out to you guys. It didn't say that we are not signing Miles Lewis Skelly, but I think the price says it all. Arsenal are still prepared to sell Miles Lewis Skelly if a club meets their steep valuation, and Manchester United wants a left back, but consider the £50 million plus asking price too high. And this comes from The Athletic and Sam Luckhurst. So again, he's also an option, but I think the price tag is a little bit too steep for us when you compare to Raum.
He doesn't
maybe
want to
£10
play
million
left back. That's why he wants to leave Arsenal, because he doesn't want to play left back. He wants to play in centre midfield. He's not a left back.
I think there's a bigger picture here, though, guys, and you're going to agree with me here. I know you are. And I'm just going to mention one player's name, and then that's all you need to know. Evening, Cass. Good to see you, buddy.
Big up, Cass.
And that
Does it begin with an
name,
S?
Savinho, correct. Just say no more. So if 50 million is steep for Lewis Skelly, you're off your fucking tree, because we know that fucking Savinho at 90 million is a fucking joke. So in today's market, for a versatile player, and I agree with you, by the way, Mark, he does not want to play. And I think he's a better midfielder, by the way. I think he's a fantastic central midfielder. I don't see the point in taking Lewis Skelly now, unfortunately, based on that.
Yeah. Evening, Cass.
Yeah.
What's going on?
We are talking about the left back, Cass, and we have had a debate on Raum, on Balde. Now I just mentioned Miles Lewis Skelly. I don't think we are going anywhere near him because of the price tag. But out of those three, who would you prefer us to go for? Who would you
Balde,
like to?
Balde, easy.
Balde. Okay, so you
Easy,
take him
easy.
over Raum?
I think both of them are very different, and I'm quite torn on it a little bit, because I know when it comes to dueling and stuff like that, Balde probably eats all of them up as well, but it's the pace for me. The ball carrying. Imagine having like a Baleba by a left back that can absolutely carry the ball very efficiently and not lose it. Underlaps and overlaps. I think it's quite similar to what Harry Amas was doing under Carrick when he came on the field. So I can kind of see why Man United might want Balde, because if it was Raum, you would probably argue that would have been done by now. Pretty easy deal, isn't it? I don't know, but the thing is with Raum is his crossing is elite, and he's not.
Well, he's the only one who crosses.
Yeah, and he's out of all three of them. Yeah, and I just think what's best for us, is it delivery from deep? I mean, look, I think that will trouble anybody. You know, just a bit of a different option that we don't have. No one can really cross the ball efficiently, but Raum's also very good technically as well. So, like on the ball, there's nothing wrong with him. I haven't seen too much of him defensively because he plays at Leipzig. He plays on the as a wing back.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
but yeah, I'm not too bothered which one it is. I think Balde, you can't undermine that. He's had 3 titles under his name. That's quite a big thing to have. You know, free La Liga. That's a winner.
But then you could flip that and say, so why do Barcelona want him out?
I think it's the way Flick wants to play now. I think he wants to change things over. Like if you look at the way Koundé is, he's freezing him out too.
I suppose they don't need him as a left back now. They've got the pace on the left wing. Because if you've seen Gordon's first game off the bench, 2 assists in 2 minutes, wasn't it?
And his first assist, I thought he could have scored personally.
Well, they want to develop that new right back they've got from their academy, and I think Cancelo is the preferred option on the left. I think it's just the way that he wants to play.
And Salinas
is another one, but apparently Atletico Madrid are winning that battle. I'm not sold on Salinas. I think I saw a whole 90 minute of actions against Getafe, and I don't want that whatsoever. I'm sorry, I don't get the ball. Doesn't get up the pitch enough for me. He likes the defensive side of the game a little bit more. I'm not a big fan.
So
Yeah,
he could
so-
be
yeah.
good if we're going to go low block and counter attack because he's
Yeah, I'm not.
defensive, but-
I just don't think he's ready for that jump up. I'd rather keep Amas. That was the case.
Yeah, that's actually, and Sebastian has a question for you, Cass. Who is the best crosser in Man United?
Bruno Fernandes.
Not Mbumo or Harry
No.
Amos? I actually say Harry Amos as a
No,
good
Bruno's
crosser.
better crossing. I think Bruno's better crossing than all of them.
Eventually,
Yeah.
Tielemans will get there. Eventually, Tielemans got really good ball work. He's quite accurate with his crossing, but right now, no. Best crosser in the Premier League so far is Hull's left back.
Giles.
Yeah, his fucking accuracy.
Well,
is-
we got outdone by a championship side. Look at the way Fulham
know.
approached the Chelsea game.
Chelsea
Once
games
once
tonight,
they worked them out, they said, "Oh, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna press the fuck out of their wing backs
yeah,
and see how
Mm.
they like it." And then it disrupted Chelsea's game. Don't get me wrong, did they concede? Of course they did. I think they conceded a freak goal at first. Chelsea played some really nice stuff, but they got really tired.
Yeah.
And the profiles they had, they didn't even have their first team out, you could say. But the way Fulham were playing is like, well, we're gonna play intense, and then all of a sudden, the levels of Chelsea eventually started dropping. Now, like
Mm.
against Hull, we provided more intensity in the second half, and it's like, well, fucking hell, there's 2-3 of them that went off injured. Oh, wonder how doesn't take. I mean, who changed that light bulb at halftime? Who worked that one out? I wonder. Was it Michael Carrick or was it fucking what's his name? The assistant manager.
Steve
Like
Holland.
Holland.
a flipping championship side, and you don't want to pin back their wing backs. I will never
Well, they wouldn't
understand.
pin them back, would they? They stayed high and brave and stayed as high and
Mm.
wide as
You
they
let them-
physically could.
We should have placed each of our fullbacks on their wing backs. Let us have the spare man instead of our wingers chasing their wing backs. And who gives a fuck what Ollie McBurney or the two central midfielders called Slater and what's the other one called? Couldn't care less. Crooks.
Crooks.
Everything's
He
in
was
the
a
name.
beast, though. I will say that he was
Just one
literally. Did you
aerial
see him go
duel.
over the top of Santos at one of them? He's literally like a 2 foot taller than him, and absolutely killed him.
That's
Mhm.
championship
Championship
football. If you're
football,
gonna get
Absolutely.
if you put yourself in a fight with them when you're not as fit as them, you're probably going to lose that battle. I just don't understand.
And we made Jarvis
We'll
were
have to play
talking
him again
about.
next week.
We were talking about it last night, Cass, and my opening statement. I said to Jarvis that Carrick prepared for a Premier League side rather than a Championship side. And then Jarvis said, "You're absolutely right because the likes of Crook had been thinking for 8 weeks what I'm going to do to Bruno Fernandes." And he's right. He was absolutely right. He'd be eating and sleeping Manchester United because that's what these players do. Whereas we, and I thought it'd be walk in the park, by the way. I did. I
had
thought
5-0.
we'd win 3-0. I thought we'd win 3-0. So I hold my hands up. But fair play on a pure footballing viewpoint. Hull have reached their limit already. They won't play any better than that at all. They'll probably disintegrate later on in the season as a team. But from a pure footballing point of view, fair play to them because they just did what they did best. And that was get at us and attack us and throw high balls in. And let's face it, right? If you're Harry Maguire, why you wouldn't know what Ollie McBurney is going to do, and he's just going to be a pain in the ass for 90 minutes or however long he played. And he's just got no technical skill, nothing about him, but he'll beat you up. He'll win headers. He'll run all day long, and that's all they did. What did you say? That Crook ran or whatever his name is, Jarvis. Is it 12 kilometers? 12.8.
12.7k he ran against Man United.
12.7K.
12.7. Yeah.
And he's probably about 18, and 6'4".
Big
Do you know what I
fucking
mean? He
lad.
was
Big
solid.
lad.
You know what?
Absolute
If you said we set up for even a Premier League game, I'd still be quite worried about that. Like you gave too much respect to a championship side. I couldn't give a
did.
toss. Why are you giving respect to a championship side? They can't.
It's Steve
keep the ball.
Holland. You've seen England. You know what it's about. It's always about cautious. Him and Southgate did the same thing.
It's
You were
just-
playing Panama, and you still were cautious playing with
I said on my channel last night,
midfield four.
he's changed something in the defense. He has changed something in that defense big time for the start of this season, and it's killing us. Like, I don't know what he's doing with man marking, following the runners, or whatever they are, but we're not getting out to wide players. We're staying compact in the middle, like no wider than the 18-yard box. And against wing backs, that's suicide.
Yeah. Mazraoui as well. Get him out, man. Not because I don't like him. It's just that I just you can't pair him with Luke Shaw. I keep saying it on every show I go on. You just cannot pair that player with Luke Shaw. If not, you know what? Get rid of Luke Shaw and put Mazraoui on that side for the time being. If that's the case, fuck Luke Shaw off. I've had enough of him. 12 years of this scrub. 12 years. What was you doing 12 years ago? Do you have pictures of yourself 12 years ago? Flip here now. Luke Shaw needs to get out of this club. We will never be able to press with that man in the side, ever. And that's why I want Balde. Because when it comes to actual pressing or realm, that's their game. It's pressing. Get up the fucking field. Can't even get up to your players quick enough because you're scared. What a wuss. And then, I don't know if Rashford's got his nudes or something, but he decides he wants to start running. When Rashford comes on, that's how I know Carrick gave him a bollocking. He does it time and time after again, time after again. I can't stand him. Cyndi Lauper would have an absolute field day with Luke Shaw. Honestly, just singing that same tune over and over and over. He's what a prat. Abysmal.
I think for me, Cass, it'd be Ram for me. I like Balde. I like the way he plays. I do. I think he gets out of tight spaces quickly. I think he moves us up the pitch very, very quickly. I agree he can't cross the ball. Ram's a much better crosser. My only worry is defensive. One-on-one, Balde's not great. Ram's not brilliant, but he's better than Balde a one-on-one defensively. So that's the only thing that inches it over Balde for me. Ram. I'll go with Ram.
I don't think Ram's a better defender than Balde at all.
I do. I think one-on-one, his positional play is much better, in my opinion, on one-on-one. I think Balde's a fantastic footballer moving forward, getting out of tight space, but I think Ram's a slightly better defender, in my opinion.
When it comes to 1v1, I'm pretty sure I don't think many players get past Balde. He's locked up, he locked up Elise and the rest of it. He's locked up with everyone.
He's done well with it. He has done well with Elise. I totally agree, but I think Ram's an all-round.
Balde is in the top 95th percentile for defensive duels. Exactly. Next would be Lewis Hall. Ram would actually be the lowest below Luke Shaw for winning defensive duels. Session one
that's
is
because
Lewis
he's not
Hall.
playing left back, to be fair.
Yeah,
so it's also how you play it in your system and who you're playing for and what you're playing against. How many duels do you think Barcelona actually have to win when they have the ball for 90% of the game? Do you know what I mean? It's hard to go by stats, but I done an overlay of it. I sent it to these guys in the WhatsApp chat.
And don't forget,
this is why I would stay with Amas, and I'd rather concentrate on getting a fucking centre back rather than a left back. I think Amas and Shaw could do a job for one more season. Worst case scenario, and we really need a centre back that can run. If they're not going to pick Lenny Yoro,
I think I might go for the. You know what? Might be soulless, G. I think I'm going to go for it. I think I'd prefer Realm at this point, only just a little, just because of that crossing factor. We just don't have no one that can cross the ball. I think it's an absolute asset to have. Balde doesn't cross; he gets in great positions, but I don't really care which way he goes. I just miss crossing in our side. That that isn't somebody like, I don't know, Cunha can't even beat his first man crossing. You know what? I'd never understand. I remember having this rant maybe a year ago. I'm like, if you're a professional footballer, how the fuck can you not cross a ball? I am amazing at crossing the ball. Oh my word. My technique when it comes to crossing is unreal. I can pick anyone out of the back post, let alone the front post if they're making a run, right? And I was thinking, if you're a professional footballer, how the hell can you've got all the technique in the world, better than my technique? How the hell can you not cross a ball? How can you not even get a lift off a ball? You're a grown man.
Cass, did you watch the Rooney Goldbridge bullshit?
Yeah, I actually quite enjoyed it because Goldbridge.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. But did you hear what Rooney said about they used to put a goal and you've got to get it over the goal? You've got to beat the goal.
Banani, innit?
Banani. And it is that simple. Any training session, when you're doing something like that, you use mannequins, you use a goal, you use whatever it is, but beat it. And that's simple. But if you've grown up in cages, if you've grown up down the park, your mate stop playing football with you if you're trying to fucking practice crosses and you can't get the ball to the back post. You know, our corners are weak as anything as well. So it's bad.
See, this is the issue, man. Look, I think this is difficult. Luke Shaw, look how pathetic he is.
Yeah, Luke Shaw is in the green. Balde is in the pink, and you have Raum in the blue. So yeah,
should we put context behind some of this? So with Raum, why is there no defensive duels? Is because he's actually playing wing back. So technically, his duty is not to always be at the back post or wherever. His is to, do you know what I mean?
And also the league they're playing in, how good the team is compared to the rest of the league.
With Balde, when you see that he's got load of why he's not got possession one and progressive passes, because Barcelona are fucking unreal. He doesn't need to do none of that. They don't progress through their fullbacks. They progress through the middle.
He just goes on a mad run.
That's hence why he's got that. Look at his ball carrying. I think we could do with probably another ball carrier. He's the closest thing to Nuno Mendes.
Yeah.
Let's add Nuno Mendes in yellow.
He's
covering almost all the circle.
He's the closest thing to him.
Yeah. Who's in yellow?
Nuno Mendes.
Nuno
Mendes, yeah.
Okay. Now that's also weird because how PSG play with that rotational, even through their left backs coming into midfield and someone dropping else into left back, it throws the stats off slightly, but it shows they're capable of doing it, and that's the most important thing. You got to be capable.
Yeah, but it's interesting, you know, and I don't know. Actually, honestly, as Mark asked me, I might prefer Balde because I like how initiative he takes the initiative when he wins the ball. Just go at the counter, you know, carry the ball.
If you got Baleba and a left back version that can really get up your pitch really far away, I'm going to think about away from home a little bit, and a big pitch like Man United, the exploited spaces that you can find. I really like the fact with Balde is that out of all three of those, he will take you on 1v1. I don't think other than Delo, we've got another fullback or seen a fullback and probably Antonio Valencia that likes to take a player 1v1. That's why I think there's initiative to get up the pitch, and I think it helps Tielemans and Santos out, especially if they're in the middle of the park or even Kobe Mainu. Then you've got a ball carrier in there on the one side, you've got Delo on the other side, and then really and truly, that's quite a lot of athleticism on your pitch. So my thing is if you add in a Baleba and you're playing, let's say, Everton away from home, well, you've got two absolute athletes who are great on the ball that can get you out the pitch from all the way back there and there in seconds.
Yeah,
I think Raum's quite pacey as well, isn't he, Mark? What did you say?
Oh, he's the fastest of the lot, but again, it's
who?
That's what it's Raum is. He's clocking 35k.
Raum, yes, but so is Balde. Raum is not faster than Balde.
Guys, it's 10:30 p.m. and we have Indy Kylan news coming out. Are you ready for the breaking news? So this is the one.
Oh my god! Oh god!
So he's saying exclusive. Manchester United have opened club-to-club talks with Crystal Palace for Jean-Philippe Mateta. Negotiations began this morning. The striker is pushing hard for a move to Old Trafford, and talks are ongoing. So yeah, Mateta. Okay. I saw us getting linked to Jonathan David also today. So
oh god.
You know, where are we going with this?
David link.
Second striker.
Well, we're not buying Mateta for goals, are we? You're only buying Mateta for his hold-up play and his ability.
Which actually we do need. If we're just going to toss the ball forward, we do need someone to get hold of it.
Yeah, 30, 35 yards out.
Jonathan Davis, didn't he only just... Because I wanted him. He only moved last year to Juventus, didn't he?
Fucking shit.
Yeah, he's
second top goal scorer every season. He was in the Ligue 1.
Are we talking a Canadian? Are we talking a Canadian, Jonathan David?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, the only person in France that outscored him was Mbappe, and that doesn't mean a lot, does it? Because it's France. But
Really.
but then Juventus, what the fuck are they doing with their strikers? Because
Nobody knows.
It's obviously whoever they bring in seems to turn shit. Right? They brought in Vlahovic, went shit. Davis it's been horrendous there. So is it the way they play rather than?
Nah, he's crap. You can't. He's another confusing player. You don't know if he's best in the 10, in the 9, on the left or the right. He's just a utility. He's a utility of average. That's an Aston Villa player.
Yeah,
I'm telling you that's Aston Villa at best. He is not top quality.
Yeah, this is the report that came out today. Ekrem Konur coming in and saying Juventus are open to selling Jonathan David for $41 million to $46 million. Aston Villa are leading the race, while Manchester United and Arsenal have been alerted through intermediates. And also I saw Graham Bailey reporting something about this, and the same with Mateta. So there are something happening with the striker market right now. We see Watkins maybe going to Saudi. We know they are looking at other options for him to bring in, and Man United always gets links to these players. So to be honest, I actually think it's Aston Villa who are into checking the market.
Yeah, I think
that's the
so.
intermediates, and the same intermediates work for Aston Villa and they work for Man United, and that's the link. That's how they magically find this link.
I don't see why Villa wouldn't go for Mateta. I don't see why Villa wouldn't go for Mateta then. Personally,
not an Emery kind of player.
He isn't. I agree. I do agree.
I only don't want Mateta because he recently had knee surgery, and I don't like that at his age. And I don't know if that's even affected his whole game or not. Like I like
him. Just throw in the fact he failed that double medical for AC Milan.
Exactly. Then again,
I think that's also to do with his head. No one wants to run the insurance on the stitches. What was it? 40-something stitches through his head when that got cracked open.
Yeah,
or something.
I mean, he's not a bad second option. I said I don't really want him, but I take him. I suppose it's not a bad option to come off the bench. It's not the worst thing in the world.
I'd rather have him than Cunha playing through the middle.
Good old Rushmano's in the house, Jarvis.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, $40 million is about £30 million. So that's the price level for Jonathan David. Rushmano, the legend, comes in gifting 20. Wow. Stu, do you have your reading glasses, or should I do it?
I'll let you. I might. Well, I've got some of my reading glasses. I got new reading glasses, new readers, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm not ready as usual. I'm not.
No, I'm ready. I'm ready. So I'll just get going. I'll do the 10 first quickly, and you do the other 10. So thank you so much, Rushmano, for gifting 20 Tactical Devils memberships. This is a huge one. First member, Mark, MUFC fan. Big up, Mark. Raven Strip. We have Sophie Smith. We have Golf Fergit. We have Onai the Trumpet. We have Ugent, Pearl Liu. We have Gary McMany. We have Mishari Shaney.
And then we've got Chuck. Well, call him Chuck because that's a big one. Abdullah. Welcome. Craig D75. Welcome. No Howie. I'm going to go with it, or King Howie. Don't know really. Welcome anyway, but how you pronounce it, King? Paul Norris. Any relation to Mr. Lando Norris there, Paul? Let us know if you are.
Chuck
good
Norris.
win, by the way.
I was going to say he's done with Lando Norris over Chuck Norris. Unbelievable.
Sorry, guys. I apologise for not being a Chuck Norris fan. Who else have we got? Sorry, I've lost my train of thought, Jarvis. We have
Lebo Salford, we have Alan McBee, we have Colm like Busquets, William and Indie Funk and Baleko. So that's the guys who received the membership. And guys, if you want to become a member and you didn't receive a membership, you can become a member for as little as £1.99 and support the channel on a regular basis. And the first month is for free. So sign up, guys, and you will also receive special member emojis. You will receive the green badge and a free membership chat every month. So sign up, guys, sign up. So thank you so much, Roshmano. Let me play you a short jingle. Let's do the fuck off Guardiola or F off Guardiola.
Very good. By the way, the greatest name on there was Calm Like Busquets.
Yes, great name. Great name.
Absolutely brilliant. Mark Nurse is in the house, everybody. If you don't know Mark, so hello to him. Brilliant content creator, knows a lot about the game. Reach out to him and watch his channel because he's absolutely superb. And so is Nuruddin. Nuruddin is in the house also.
I've got a question.
And please shoot.
Is Mateta more important because of the 2 chants we can have? So if Cunha links up with Mateta, you've got that one. And then what about the Wenger boys, the most important one?
The Wenger boys.
Boom, boom, boom. Mateta's in the room. You know, that's the best one.
I mean, that's the best one because did you hear the Morgan Rogers one for Villa for Chelsea tonight? It's fucking amazing.
And we have I'm a believer with
oh my god! So
you know, we will be.
I mean, we can't do that. Please don't do that. Vicky's in the house, everybody.
Yuri Tillerson sitting there in the corner with no songs.
Vicky's in the house. I'm on my darling.
Oh, looks like
we can't go with I'm a believer, surely.
Looks like I'm going to the. Am I going to the Ipswich? Oh, it looks like I might be going to the Ipswich game. Lovely.
Oh, you got a ticket? Nice.
Well, I'm trying to get one now.
Nice.
Nice.
My boy will be there. My lads, he'll be there. I wish I was going because I'm really quite interested to see how the new pitch layout is going to look because I haven't seen any pictures of it. So I'm quite. I lowered it. I don't know what they've done. So I'm quite.
They've lowered it quite a lot, and they made a dugout. I still don't. I was looking at the someone was taking picture or video of it, and they took a little bit of the dugout. I was kind of confused. I didn't know what I was looking at.
They've got to go to 24 seats, haven't they, Mark? Is it 24 or 20?
I think it's 24. It's 18 sitting people, but I think they're going to have a few more because of all the fucking computer nerds that they have these days looking at stuff on the touchline. But it was a minimum of 18 seats for UEFA.
It's the Champions League, isn't it?
No, UEFA all the way through. It's not just Champions League. They've put it in. If you're in Europe,
they changed it again because obviously when we did the Europa League, we didn't have to change the dugout size. But Champions League, for some reason, you do. Maybe they've.
It's new. They put it across all of it.
They put it all into line. I didn't know that.
So
I'm going to the Ipswich game, and I'm the good luck charm. I've only seen Man United lose twice in my entire life, and guess what games they were? The opening games.
Yeah,
that's the only time.
Yeah.
And when I mean opening games, I mean number one, numero uno at home. It's usually Man United first at home every time. That was against Brighton, and the other one was against fucking Palace.
So don't fucking take that ticket then.
No,
second game. It's the second game.
Different now.
We'll be all right.
But it's the first home game.
All right, let me put it like this. I've probably been to about 150 Man United games in my life. I have a pretty fucking good ratio for losing twice, and I've seen a couple draws. No, you know what? I've lost 3 times, tell a lie, because Leeds last year, so 3 times. So, yeah, I've been going since about 2009, 10, I'd say, since I got a little bit older in my teens.
I won't tell you when I first started going, then, Cass. We'll keep that quiet.
During the war.
Well, fuck off. It wasn't during the fucking war. Probably close after, mind you, but you know,
it's got fucking. He probably got Dennis Law's fucking signature somewhere.
Do you know, Cass? I've got Dennis Law and I've got Bobby Charlton somewhere, but I never saw them play. I missed out on Best as well. I was 3 years too late to watch Bestie play, and I was quite disappointed about that. But I've been really lucky and seen some of the greats, and I've seen some really bad players pull on the red shirt. So not 1945, Tom. You were close, Dave. You were close. 2 years off. It was 77. It was 1945. Swines.
We have Nuruddin in the house. Big up, Nora. I hope you're well, my bro. Yeah. Did you see the Mateta links from Indy Kaila?
No.
Indy Kaila News breaking it down, saying we are going for Mateta. We made contact this morning. So does that excite you?
Man United.
Mateta is a good player, but I don't believe in any of these rumors now. He hasn't got. I mean, he gets every 1,000 rumors, one of them right. So he got the Baleba the day before, so he's due for another 1,000 tweets.
Ornstein blamed his, what did he leave his phone downstairs or something stupid like that? Was Ornstein's response, wasn't it? I missed the phone call. I thought that was great. What a response.
It's grim, but I'm gonna lie to you. We're gonna need more than Mateta. Or more than Baleba. We're gonna need more than Baleba.
Yeah, it's poor.
Yeah. But I don't know if you caught the left back debate we had earlier, Nuruddin. We talked a little bit about Balde and Raum and even Miles Lewis Skelly. So I created a poll and we have almost 70 votes. And it's quite even. It's Raum is on 46% and Balde is on 54. So guys, if you haven't get your votes in, I will leave it for now because I want a clearer results, because I want to know who do we want to go for. And what's your take, Nuruddin?
I like Balde. I think when he was really good, he was really good. But I don't know what's happened in the last couple of years or the last season. I don't rate our medical department. So replacing a player with another injury for a Rome player who's been out, so many games here, so many games there, even though apparently last season he wasn't injured. I asked the question, what's happening at Barcelona? Why has he become second choice? Like, what's happening?
So is Kunde.
Yeah, so I'm always asking these type of questions. Obviously, they've got big enough squad. Some players lose form, some players come back. But I'm just a kid who's playing. If he was like in his mid-20s, maybe. But he's a kid at this moment in time. He's played in La Liga. All he knows is La Liga. And he's, from far as I'm concerned, he's not played outside of La Liga. The Premier League's the Premier League's a different beast. The level of intensity. But I do like his attributes. I think he's quick. He's good on one-on-ones, taking people on. He's good at inverting. He's got good things. But the Premier League eats you up, man. I remember watching Tellers for Sporting and going, look at this guy.
Porto.
Look at this guy. And then Porto, whatever it was. Yeah. And then I remember I was thinking, look at this guy. This guy can put crosses in from anywhere. And then it comes to the Premier, you get eaten up. So if he was experienced, if he was in his mid-20s, I would think, yeah, he may be able to find out that. He's a young kid, man. And I don't want him trending for a whole week because he got skinned. The thing about it is that the way Barcelona play, they play a very high line and they play very specific. In the Premier League, you get physical. We said it. We've already got people who are physically nowhere near in terms of what the standard of the Premier League is. And that's why we got beat by Hull. So when Hull, coming up from the Championship, are battering me, do I need somebody who's never played that type of physical type of game? And for all the people who, for the past how many months or since the season finished, talking about the types of players Manchester United need to sign, and all of the people that were calling me negative, they're not calling me negative today. They weren't calling me negative after the game yesterday. Yeah, and I wish I was wrong. But I wish I was wrong. But the physicality, Manchester United are not there. They're not there. They can't cover no distances. They can't cover anything. And we're getting found out. We're getting found out. We're getting bullied. We get bullied. So do I want a kid from La Liga a team that's unstable, a team that's not balanced, and then stick him on the left side and go, okay, you got to go make it up as you go along? No. Not for me. I mean, it's different people, innit? I do rate the player. I think if we were more of a stable football club with leadership and with people who are up for a fight, then I can understand you bring someone like that him, and you trust the other people can help him to adapt to the league. But for the players that I saw, what I saw on Saturday, I didn't just see the result. For me, I didn't give a damn about the result. I gave a damn about the performance. And that's the same thing I was saying about Milan. And when people were all coming down saying, Milan, that's the preseason, I'm like, listen, did you not see the performance? Did you not see? And what was the big difference between that and Milan? Against Milan, they bullied us out of possession. And here, they had the lowest position. As soon as they went 2-0 up, they said, okay, you can have the ball because we know what you're going to do. And we know you're predictable. So go and do it. And we created one chance.
I don't look at it as the players. I look at it as Carrick's fucking shit tactics. That was the big issue. The spine was the issue because it's like you've gone. Yeah, exactly. You've gone from fucking Mbumo pressing up front with Lacey or Xerxes to fucking Cunha, who's played 60 minutes of football with Bruno Fernandes and Tielemans. And he also gave them respect. All of a sudden, our fullbacks weren't playing as high. Luke Shaw or not, he was still doing it. And he's a prat. Luke Shaw's crap. I don't even want to start on that guy. But for me, Balde's played 168 games for Barcelona. That's quite a lot of experience at that age. I'm taking that just because of ball carrying alone and what he can do for us to get up the pitch with Belabers and with everybody else. My thing is, if you're going to have a Tielemans and Santos in the middle, or saying to Jarvis, you need ball carriers, very good ones around it, like the low and that. I was saying this, Noradin. I don't know if you agree.
You know what you need, Cass? You need somebody who could, the 50-50s.
Yeah.
Get first to the ball. That's what you need. You need players who can get to the ball first.
Yeah. So away from home,
somebody in the chat is telling me, "Oh, we didn't get bullied. We got bullied. They were first to every ball. Every ball." I told everybody about Tielemans and his shortcomings, but everybody's telling me no. This is Ronaldinho. This is Ronaldinho. Tielemans off the ball offers you nothing, and I can't be too harsh on him. It's his first game, but playing a new midfield in your first game, who've never played for Manchester United, who knows every opposition is looking at. They put another 10% on their performance, or another 20% because Manchester United are in town. But can we just point out our midfield had no space to operate because Cunha and Bruno were fucking occupying it as well.
So to me, it wasn't even occupied because if you look at the possession, we had the possession facility, and people are like, "Oh, we controlled the game."
But in the second
because
half,
they allowed us. They allowed us.
Yeah.
But they were like, "Listen, we've scored 2 goals. We're going to hit on the counter. We're going to pack out the spaces. You can't get through, and all you do is move the ball, pass it slow. That was the most worrying thing. We don't mind. You know what? Sometimes you can get on a day where the team has a plan, set pieces, they destroy you, but it's about the creation. And what we created was zilch. Honestly, I always said, like, I support Carrick anytime because if I think Manchester United are playing the right way. Because to me, I'm not just asked about results, I'm asked about the performance. Because I'm a believer, performance, over a long time, consistent performance, you can add the winning. If you play good, players feel good playing out on the football pitch. And then you build that resolute performance, you can always go back to the performance, even if you get a bad result. Because in football, you lose, you win, you draw. But the performance is the most important thing for me in terms of building consistency. The fact that we did not anywhere by create, we tested the keeper once in the second half.
Yeah, we did. Bumbumo,
we only had 5 shots on target. Here you go. If you look at my background now, this is, if I just put it on, this is the stats from yesterday's or Saturday's game, right? Hang on, it's coming. We had something like 20 plus shots and only 5 on target. We had 72% possession and couldn't hit the target. Why is this not coming up? Technical errors.
But I'd say though, Nuruddin as well. We didn't. If we impose ourselves first rather than giving whole respect, it would have been a different game. Like as in,
you have to win the fight first.
As I like in the first 10 minutes, it's like I don't know why Carrick set up the way he set up with the wing backs. It's like if you told Mazraoui and Shaw from the get go, even if you don't like Shaw, get up on the fucking wing backs and start winning those balls and getting the centre mids to jump instead of being a bit more passive in front of the back four and the back line and say, just let them lump it. They've only got Ollie McBurney up front. Let's be real. They got no pace. Giles and Coyle's not fast. Then you might have had a bit more of a fight from the team. I don't really look at
it. Kept pulling out to the wing, so through the middle was clear.
Even better, even fucking better. Just swap Maguire with Heaven and let him deal with it. Then my thing is, I look at the players and say, you let the players, let us down. Like no matter what, because you still got to do what the manager asks. But Carrick was tactically very flipping naive, and he lost us that game in the first half, regardless. Because I didn't want that lineup out. I wanted fit players that are ready, that have been playing in certain positions. Even if Ahmad's out injured, you play Lacey. Even if Xerxes is not going to be here, you still play him in that 10 because guess what? They've got a big fucking lumps at the back. At least you've got somebody that can push the line back a little bit and that's fit, that's ready to go. I wouldn't have started Bruno Fernandes. And even if that was the case, Dorgu probably still starts. But if he was playing shit, guarantee if you had...
Bro, he's got to start every minute of every game. That's on Bruno's contract. That's the hold and the cultish attitude that he has over the football club. So he was always going to start.
Look, at the end of the day, you could go through that team and there's loads of mistakes in the starting lineup. I'm with Cash.
Everybody can see that.
So good
That's so
pre-season with these players, and then they're the ones now up to speed who are fit. And we're going, no, it's all right. We've got to play these players to get them fit. Cunha's got to play. Bruno's got to play. And you're like, well, this isn't going to work. It didn't work against AC. You could see they weren't fit enough. They're playing like 20, 30 minutes. Rashford on at half time. That's the longest he's played on the pitch since the England game, 45 minutes. Where you're going, this, if he was coming on, why didn't we play him through the middle? If he's so capable of doing it. Do you know what I mean? It's
ridiculous. I asked the question. The biggest for me, the mistake was playing Cunha. Cunha didn't take in the preseason, and you play him in up front. He's the most
in a false nine.
Most positionally indisciplined footballer that you have anywhere. He's a Brazilian who wants the ball all the time. I asked Stu, strikers you played against. You play centre half.
I love it. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you understand what guy, a guy who so wants the ball all of the time, or a guy who's going to stretch you, who's going to take you here, who's going to take you there, who's going to make a space for his teammates, who's going to drag you here and then pull you. What the biggest thing to play it forward? I don't have to tell you, you play there. You have to be able to understand and go, I'm not going to touch the ball for 35 minutes sometimes in a game. I'm not going to touch the ball. But you know what? I'm going to do my work off the ball to basically drag the centre up and occupy them so that my teammates have space.
And which I don't want.
Cunha, that's what Cunha was doing, crossing the ball to himself. So he was doing that thing, going out wide, crossing the ball to who? And it reminded me of Fulham under Moyes. The amount of times we crossed the ball. I always tell Jarvis, United, when Sesko's not on the pitch, cross the ball like a lot.
Yeah, when he's on the pitch, they don't put it in.
When it's on the pitch, they don't. And then to bring him on, the kid who's not played for 3.5 months of competitive football, you might as well say, we're going to play with 10 men. What are we doing here?
The thing is, I would have loved to have played against McBurney. I just dragged him back all the time. Every time he went past me, I'd have grabbed his shirt and I'd have dragged, and I would have stopped him from manoeuvring in and around. It's so basic on how to play. When you're talking about the way that they manipulated us through the back by bypassing our press, I said to Jarvis last night, just drop Cunha on the goalkeeper. I don't give a fuck if the centre half's in the middle of the pitch. Fucking let him do it. He can stand there all day long in the middle of the pitch because he won't know what to do with the football. If he advances anywhere near the halfway line, he's going to absolutely fucking, start to see stars. You mark, and we didn't mark in a sensible way, let alone an aggressive way. We didn't mark anywhere near what we should have done. And that particular play that Jarvis showed last night, Santos or Tielemans should have been a spare man. But yet we didn't. And, we had two players on McBurney. It's just crazy. That's
why I say you should have started Bruno. Like, the thing is, it's not Bruno. You should have started Cunha. You got to bring Bruno on. You got to bring him back into fitness, back into the form. You don't play him into form Do you know what I mean? He ain't be a part
If
of
you're
the
going to play a
preseason.
false 9, stick Bruno the false fucking 9. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
do you know what I mean? You have to allow at least one of them in it, and I think I'd rather Bruno in that false 9 rather than Cunha, because Cunha likes to just drift everywhere with the ball, and it's like we're not trying to play that way since we're quite compact. Regardless, the final ball is always going to be better than a Cunha's final ball, but. Yeah, it's annoying. It's just got to rectify against Ipswich. I think you got to smash them 3-0 minimum. Simple. There's no right or wrong about it. And I don't want to hear any excuses about fucking Luke Shaw why he can't get out the pitch, because I will be the first one to start slagging him off in the stand.
Luke Shaw did get up the pitch once Rashford was on.
Yes, because Rashford's got his nudes.
Yeah.
He's got his nudes.
Yeah, the overlaps are there. So that's what I'm saying. Do you know what that's the worst thing is? That means that's a choice. That's a choice.
I just don't know. I just don't know. But I expect us to go front foot and deliver something by force. But these away games, Carrick needs to learn, man. You need to play some lumps like Sesko, Belabers, ball carriers that can get you up the pitch. There's no good playing away from home as Manchester United and thinking that you should be in a certain way. You shouldn't be passive. You're not playing against Brentford or anything like that. I can understand if it's Brentford if you're a bit passive because they've got some really good ballers. But I always know things. Your first line of defense is your attack. So do you know what I mean? Not the other way around. It's just
look.
I don't like the pragmatism
against wing backs, right? You can, because it happens a lot in the Italian leagues. But what they do, and this is Ramos has just put in there where we're talking about it. If your striker stays up and occupies the 3 centre backs, right, they're not going to be all standing inside the centre circle. They're going to be wide. So you put yourself in a gap. You're on where you can be the out ball. You run between them and you just fucking be a pest. But you stay as high and wide as possible to stretch the pitch. When Cunha's coming back in our own half, we had 11 players in our own half defending. You can't get out. So you stand offside. Like literally, I'd rather you gave away a free kick offside in their half when you're trying to get out than dropping back in going, they've got the ball again. They've got the ball again. No, you stand offside. The wing backs go wide, so then you can have runners in behind. That's how you counter against wing backs. It's what we were talking about. Cass said about having the fullbacks on their wing backs, and then your 2 wide players are totally unmarked, right? They can go, and it pins them back, or they have to make that choice. But we don't do it. No, even with Sesko, we don't tell him to stand up front, just be a pest. Stu doesn't want me standing behind him if he's a centre back. You know, he wants me in front of him, and we make it easy. That's all I see. We make it easy to be defended again.
Which is why, Mark, if I bypass you and walk into the centre of the park, you're just going to go, cheer, mate. You're going to stand exactly where you are because where's the danger? The danger ain't with you because I'm the one that's fucking left you. And, so.
Exactly.
And
that's what I'm saying. Centre back split. When you play back 3, they split. One in the centre, the others go wide to play left and right back, right? Yeah.
My point
now, if you step out, I've got a field day. You ain't catching me. Even if I'm slow, you're not catching me because I've got 20 yards on you guys. So it's as simple as that. And those kind of basic mistakes Carrick has made throughout last season as well. The Leeds game, things like that. Well, it looks good on paper when you're drawing out with your little sliders or whatever you're doing on their tablets. You go here, we do that. We're going to link the play out. I said I didn't see patterns of play, didn't I? And you guys were like, no, I've seen plenty. Not to our strikers, because there is no striker. The only time I saw that, and as Cass touched on it, was pre-season when we were playing the Lacey's, the Seskos, the Mbumos through the middle. And these guys were playing 1-2s and working the ball up the pitch. We've got to the actual big boy games, and that's all gone out the window.
We always play shit in the first game. Always, like even the ones that we've won, we've played so shit. Wolves,
not being able to pass the ball to each other is the next level. Like,
Brentford, Brighton. Yeah.
Oh God, you go for it. Everton back in the 90s. You remember that game they were in? Got battered 3-0. If you remember Schmeichel's first home game, something like that. Looking terrible.
It's the first time we've been beaten by a promoted team, though.
I'm confused at something. Who's Witter arguing with?
That's Vicky. That's Vicky. That is.
Who's she arguing with? I'm trying to see in the chat who she's arguing with. I was like, oh, let me a little bit of something going on. I'm like, someone blocked me, so I can't see their comments.
No, Vicky's quite forthright, very forthwith, very forthright.
What does that mean?
We got Vicky.
She says what's on her mind.
Oh no, I was just trying to see. I was just trying to see
Yeah.
who's arguing with each other. I was like, oh, a little bit of drama. I don't mind that. Sounds like the Mandem show flipping Nuruddin and what's it called and rants. Same thing. But yeah,
I
But
just
yeah.
say this to be
go on,
the
go
biggest.
on, Nuruddin.
Sorry, the biggest thing that, what is worrying for me is like, I mean, Mark and Stu may be able to talk to this. Some coaches, they don't do a lot of running in preseason. They try to build fitness through matches. And I understand what Cass was doing. Like, we play the guys who have hardly any preseason, like Bruno. I knew Bruno as soon as he had the 90 minutes against AC Milan. I knew he was playing. I told Jarvis.
Yeah.
Everybody on that night, when he played, like, so playing these players, not doing a lot of running, is that a way of thinking, right, if we did that and then we burn out towards the middle and the end of the season because there was a lot of it in it? Or do we create it because we're going to be playing loads of games this season, and as soon as we're going to be 2-3 games, and the fitness and the sharpness will come from that? I don't know if you think that, because I've seen coaches do that. No, you know what? We've got too many games, so we're not going to do too much running. We're going to try to do it in the games.
I was saying this though, even my own preseason, it's not Premier League level, isn't it? But you don't do pointless running because that's what gets you injured. Pointless running doesn't build your fitness. You do a lot of ball work, as far as I remember. Of course, you do some hill sprints here and there. You all do fitness, but a lot of the time you get used to what is on the ball because your touch will be very sluggish and whatever. And you build fitness that way, and then you do short circuits with the ball. By the way, like the tee and the rest of it, like you have to do stuff like that. Pointless running does not build your fitness. I promise anyone.
Well,
anything,
the point is that the point is, I'm not talking about pointless running. I'm talking about in training or in that doing the short sprints, the 15 yards, the 20 yards, like getting up against somebody physically. I'm talking about those type of things because we look like none of those was evident.
Because you'll never get it. Because you know what it is, you're in training, you're never gonna smash into someone, and your body's never gonna get used to impact. But now sports science and the rest of it and all that crap.
Yeah, that's what's killed it.
Yeah, you're not gonna do that, right? You're not allowed to do that until your body actually barges someone crazy 3-4 times in a game. Your body's the shocks, and your body's never gonna get used to that. Unfortunately, you're just not until you get matches under your belt. Like all them impacts, your body's got to have that muscle memory of what it's like to get shocked in your barging or wherever it is.
Your rib cage and your shoulder.
Do you know what I mean? Getting actual forceful tackles where you do get tackled, you tumble over. You've got to get used to it again. I think Michael Richards even said it's like Roy Keane's like you don't really get going until like your 5th game, really. And when you deep it, Man City's never really started well, actually. And this is going off the champions of the last 10 years. They never start well ever. Man City don't look the same. After 5 games, they've gone a 10-winning bounce game. That's it. Do you know what I mean? I think even you can probably say if you remember Fergie, we never really started well either. Anyone remember Fergie days? We start with the opening day, Old Trafford, don't lose. Away from home, it's like, what the fuck's happening? And then you're not bothered. And then you let in a few goals, let's say against Tottenham, and then you come back maybe, and he's like, all right, let's kick on from here. It's always the way. PSG just drew to Rennes 2-2. Same thing.
Yeah.
They looked horrible until Ferran Torres saved the day, and then no one's complaining about that. Obviously not, but it takes time for your players to get into that kind of form, and then you just go and smash everyone. Because even Champions League, look at PSG, they always start slow. Real Madrid always start slow. They're not always top of the pile. That's why I never get gassed about that Champions League top of the shit in August and September when we were in it or whatever. It's just like, yeah, that's great. But you're going into
can I ask you a question? All of the things that you talked about, they're all teams who win leagues and who challenge for league titles. United challenge for a league title.
No, we haven't. But I'm just saying, if you're going to gear up to something, you're going to have to. Obviously, you got to start somewhere. But
finish second with Ten Hag.
But you got but that wasn't a fucking. That stopped in. Do you remember Northern? What was that in February? I think we called it with the Europa League. Do you remember 2023? You mentioned the Europa League's going to kill us, and then that kind of just finished that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, for us, obviously, we need to do better though. But but I just don't think we're going to really kick into gear until about game week 3 or 4. I think teams that start hard now are probably going to find out the hard way, anyways. But
having a good start, having a good start when you've got these type of games, when you've got promoted teams, is the most. We're not asking these players to do something miraculous. We're asking them to go and do a professional job while also, Cass, working on their fitness and all of the things you talked about coming together. You can still win games, and they were nowhere near. Were comfortable.
I think the question is, what's the point having a big squad? And we knew that a lot of players were coming late in from the World Cup, and they wouldn't be fit in for the first game. So what's the point having a big squad if you don't trust the players who's in the squad? Why do we only trust Bruno and all of these guys? The usual suspects. So that's a question for me. Why didn't Carrick trust Xerxes, Lacey, all of these guys who's been in form? Even if I think even Mason Mount, if he has been fit, wouldn't have started this game. So that's
overthinking it. I promise you, it's overthinking it. Managers overthink too much. I guarantee he had a plan to put these lot out, and then it went left. He just thought, nah, you know what, we'll be all right. He probably, we can say it. Maybe Carrick was quite naive to Hull City, since they were the third team, and you've probably thought you could take it a little bit more easier. I think it was tactical naivety, and the lineup was all wrong in the first place. I said it on Thursday on Shell's show, Jarvis. I think if you was on it or not, or even I didn't want that lineup. That's the exact lineup I didn't want. I hated it. Wouldn't have went for it at all.
We all know. We all know that Bruno was going to play regardless, Jarvis. We all know that Maguire is going to play. Luke Shaw is going to play. We all know these are the guys that all these coaches at Manchester United go to because they think they're the most experienced, and that's what they will always go to. So I wasn't surprised or shocked at all.
No.
I remember, because I get accused of being negative about everything. So I put interesting. I mean, I wasn't expecting that. I said interesting lineup. That's what I said.
Yeah, probably the best way, because I wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed with that.
You know what I want Man United to do? I don't even want Mateo. I'd go buy and buy. He's young, don't get me wrong. He's not experienced, but we need another Ahmad so badly. So someone that can play on both sides that are very good when it comes to holding off opponents, strong as shit, and he likes to progress. He's a progressive, but he likes to drop deep, collect it, and then drive. Bit like what Ahmad's good at. We need someone like that on the other side, on the left-hand side, or someone that can cover it on the right. I don't think we need another striker, man. Honestly, we need good footballers that know what to do, even at young ages. It might not be perfect, but we need a left winger. This whole market was going to get a left back and a left winger. Somebody some competency would be nice. It's my thing is about balance. I've spoke about it 3 months now about balance in the squad. We need something over there, because when Ahmad gets injured, it looks like this is what I'm crying out for Lacey to start on the right, because he brings that kind of technical balance to the side that we just don't have.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Guys, I know that the Stu is on a curfew limit, so we have to go to the Q&A, and we have a lot of questions. Guys, if you have more questions, just put them in the chat. Start with the letter Q, and we know which comments to star and save for later. So
yes,
I will hand the wheel over to Stu. Let me just play the short jingle, and we will be back with the Q&A in 5 seconds.
Yeah, sorry, guys. The airport is calling quite early in the morning. Do you know what, though, Jarvis? What I didn't tell you is I'm out to Paris and back the same day. So,
watching PSG.
I might get some. I might just pop down there and see if I can get Barkler or somebody while I'm out there. But no. So yeah, a quick in and out trip, unfortunately. But I'm not I'm not out in the weekend to Sorrento like some people may or may not be on this panel. So, you know, some of us have all the luck, don't we? I only get Paris, you get Sorrento.
Yes, yes. Well, to Paris, you know, who's complaining about Paris?
Well, you know.
Wow.
I've been so many times like you. Anyway, Q&A. We're going to do about 12 to 15 questions. We're not going to open it to the panel. We're just going to run it round each guest, and we will go from there. So we're going to start with Tyrone. And so, Jarvis, I'm going to go with this one because I think it's quite apt. Is this Balde bid legit?
No, I think you just gotta. I think I answered it, but just to sum up the Balde thing. For me, I think it's Mendes just doing his thing. Us getting linked every time he tries to sell a player, and that's how he tells the world this player is in the shopping window and this player is in the shopping window. Why not use Man United to get the papers to write about it and put him out there? So again, I don't see us going in for Balde. As I said, the only British source I found was who was it? I think it was Chris Wheeler who said something about maybe we are looking for a loan deal, and that. And the rest of it is Spanish sources, the Marca and all of them. And you know, they are maybe in the pockets of Mendes. I'm just speculating, don't know anything. But for me, I don't see this deal happening. But I would love to have Mendes. But I don't think it's very legit. But who knows? It's just my take on the case.
Okay. Tyrone, I hope that answers your question. I'm going to give Mark this one. This should be funny. So Mason Mount fan is a version of Gray Sheridan when it comes to Diego Dallo. So, and this question is Mason Mount a better player than Bruno Fernandes? It's not the most stupidest question on the planet as it happens, but Mark, your thoughts on that one?
What, as of right now, then you'd have to say no. If I took Mason Mount when he won the Champions League with Chelsea versus Bruno Fernandes right now, I think we'd have a bit more of a debate on it when Mason Mount used to link the play. But he's a 5-yard, quick 1-2 player, link up man. Bruno Fernandes is Mr. Hollywood, isn't he? So, no, not of right now, I'm sorry. But he does a job when needed, and then he goes on the stretcher for 8 months.
Yeah, which is something that we can't do. No, I agree with you. I think there's a bit of there is a debate, or would have been a debate when Mason Mount was at Chelsea Derby, and he was out. Where was he in Europe, Jarvis?
He was FC 20. Under 10.
Yeah, 20.
That's it. Yeah,
20. Yeah.
That's why we bought him.
Yeah, Cass. Question for you, and that is, what would you change from that lineup and attitude in the whole game? And that's from Sebastian.
Luke Shaw, 100%. Can't stand him, prick. I'd have played the low and probably put Mazraoui and let a left back instead, probably, at least. I would have changed Bruno Fernandes. Would have changed Cunha for Lacey and Xerxes, just for a bit of intensity.
What about Tielemans?
Nah, you obviously got to play someone. It's not everyone that's there. Tielemans could probably have stayed, to be fair, but it's just if you push back their opponent, you give Tielemans a little bit more space rather than 2 players trying to occupy the same spaces. Only one should need to do that. So I think you could start off, and then I wouldn't say the attitude was poor from United. We got beat by 2 fucking set pieces. We weren't asked to press. That was Carrick and tactical naivety. I didn't have a problem with the attitude. I think that's when things get microscoped a little bit, then I think that's kind of it. Just because of whom it was against.
Yeah,
he's been overplayed right now.
Yeah. Okay, Cass, superb. Thank you for that. Neridin, got one for you. Time-space continuum. And he asks, where did most of our threat come from against Hull, the left or the right? If your answer is the left, that's your subconscious telling you something, an old partnership on the rise again. Obviously, he's referring to Luke Shaw and Marcus Rashford.
God help.
Actually,
God
the
help
answer to
us.
this question.
Ya Allah, please help us. I'm looking into the skies because I don't know how to answer that question. They're not the players they were 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 9 years ago. So I find it really, really shocking. It made me feel sad actually when I saw Shaw, Maguire, Diego Dalot. It was the same three of the back four were the same team that played 2022. So at the end of the day, for me, we need to put this Shaw thing to bed. I was getting into fights maybe 5 years ago in the stadium because I'm screaming at him at home to cross the halfway line, begging him, with fight side. I'm like, come on, Luke, get down the line. Come on, give him an option. At the end of the day, shows you how mismanagement of this football club is. That we're still talking about Rashford and Shaw.
Yeah.
And Rashford, that really don't want to be here, really. You don't want to be here. And Luke Shaw, who was just scamming fucking contract after contract after contract. And yeah, no serious football club will have Luke Shaw as there because he cannot run. He cannot run. He cannot invert. He cannot ball carry. He just holds position and he'll stay there and try to coast. Because if he tries to do the things that I've just said, he'll get injured. His body can't take it. He'll break down. So we have got a player on the left-hand side, and you know the importance in modern football, the fullbacks has become. They determine fullbacks are so important in modern football because they has to invert, they has to get back and recover, they has to go up. Because majority of things, football now is all close to middle. All the spaces in the width.
Yeah.
So it's just, for me, it just shows. And I'm like, I'm not trying to relive this thing again. I've seen this movie. I've had the T-shirt, the popcorn.
Yeah.
It ain't happening.
I'm glad I'm not a fullback at the minute. Nuruddin, let's put it that way. Great answer.
I'd just say the answer to that question is we attack down the right-hand side. It's 30% on the left, 31% in the middle, 39% on the right.
Yeah. The actual true answer to that question is we didn't really attack. If we're being honest.
But go by the first half stats. Then we clearly attacked on one side.
Yeah,
we didn't make enough third man runs either. I don't understand them. The overlaps and the rest of it, just don't do it. Mazraoui, edge of the box, brain fart, doesn't want to get past beyond. He's so scared or something. I don't know what it is in this game that he doesn't want to do it.
But we couldn't create overloads because they tracked back with their wingers, or they had a 5 and a 4 and 1. So they just tracked back. They followed Mazraoui all the way. So there was no space.
Then move. It doesn't even have to be through them. Even if the fullbacks drag someone else has to move. We didn't move. That's been our whole preseason. Is pass and flipping move. Look at Chelsea today. The structure was all over the gaff after a little while, but they all passed and moved. Same with Fulham, someone who sets up quite similar to us. They passed and moved, and they actually were really good in the end. Just didn't get what they needed. I think they self-imploded, you could say. But they passed and moved, didn't it? So it's just.
I watched the under-21s making second and third man runs tonight on the train, and they're running offside, coming back, and then someone else goes and they get on the ball, and that's where you see like JJ's lob, which we showed. They're penetrating passes from midfield, getting in behind from deep, not waiting to get up the pitch. Proper football where someone goes, as Cass says, creates the space, comes back on sides because they drift wide. It's now made a bigger space. The next player goes. And it's about player repetition and making runs. We do not have an attacking coach at the club, and it's starting to show really badly. But we don't know what the fuck we're doing in the final third of the pitch.
I don't know, man.
It's throw the ball in the box and see what happens from Bruno Fernandes.
It's not all doom and gloom, man. It's just got to start right. It's got to start right on Sunday, isn't it? As simple as that.
It's the first game. Trev's question. He says he was still in the Carrick camp and is in Ollie Part 2. It's a little bit too early to say, Trev. Ask the same question after 10 games, and we'll have a bit of an answer for you on that one. Let's see what else we've got. We have. So Jarvis, Bilal says, will Luke Shaw retire at Manchester United? I pray that doesn't happen myself.
Luke
No, he's
Shaw.
got 1 year
Luke
left.
Shaw.
He's got 1 year left, isn't he?
Got 1 year left and no legs.
Alongside Maguire, alongside Lissandro, good riddance. I mean, Harry Maguire, I think he deserves a little something. Lissandro, can't wait to see the back of him. Can't wait.
Cass, would you have expected Maguire to get a new contract?
At the end of this year, no, I think it's done.
Yeah. No,
I think the
because
whole-
you never know when it comes to Man United and when it comes to bargains and, doing the easy, going down the easy way and easy path. So I wouldn't be surprised if we give him a 1 year extension. If
it's for the homegrown factor and he's like 5th choice centre back, I can probably see it. I don't really care for it as much, but then you kind of need to get 2 centre backs in. Let's be real, experienced ones. Someone's got to take ship. It's either him, De Ligt, and I'd rather keep De Ligt over Maguire.
I need 2 international captain centre backs.
I just don't know who yet. I like Nathan Collins, but everyone seems to disagree. I don't know why. Or Jacob Ramon.
Well, I like
Yeah.
Anderson. At
I
Fulham.
love Anderson from Fulham, but Maguire signed a 1+1, didn't he?
Yeah,
one
now he
year
gets 50%.
and
Now he gets
another
50% of anything that happens because of that +1 contract.
Will Luke Shaw retire? Probably will retire at Man United. He probably will be.
How old is he? How old is Shaw? 30.
He's in his 30s now.
What early retiree you reckon he's going to retire after this season?
No one's going to buy him because of his injury record.
He hardly played football, so he can play until he's 40.
Don't need to buy him. He's free.
Yeah, I'd be amazed if he signed for another club. So, question from MUSC51 or J5L. Okay, for you, Mark, would you boys play Show Lacey on Sunday?
Facts. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Last night I done my show. I said I can tell you now first 2 names, and Bumo's playing up front and Shay Lacey's playing on the right. Simple facts done.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, facts.
Facts.
Jarvis?
Yeah, obviously we have to play him. Ahmad is injured, or is he? I don't know. Because of the latest reports, Chris Wheeler said he might be back for the Ipswich game. I don't know how he can recover miraculously from 6 weeks to 6 days. These reports are so much bullshit.
They finally got someone who can turn the MRI machine on at Carrington.
Do you believe Sully? Like, I know there's someone, Nuruddin, in the spaces I used to meddle in. I don't know if you still do, and they were calling out Sully for all his bullshit. But I don't look at Sully as someone that puts out bullshit and gets things wrong or realistically says things for the sake of saying things. I got a theory. I had one theory. Is Man United putting fake information out to seek out who the mole is right now that's giving out information?
What, Luke Shaw?
Nah, well, there's someone, because obviously Goldbridge reckons someone in Carrington is feeding Sully information, and Man United have pretty much stopped even leaks to Laurie Whitwell, who's not even providing an update on scans or anything along the lines with Amad Diallo. Nobody has. So it's like, how comes you're the only one that's got this exclusive and nobody else has?
Yeah,
I suppose we'll find out in Carrick's presser when they ask him.
Yeah, interesting. I wouldn't start Lacey. I'm the only one on the panel that wouldn't. I'll bring him on with 30 minutes to go, but I wouldn't start him.
Yeah, but you also wouldn't drop Cunha.
Well, no, I don't think. I don't think dropping Cunha is the answer. I don't think dropping Tielemans is the answer either. I would go with a better, a more balanced defence. But I wouldn't drop Cunha and I wouldn't drop Tielemans. I don't like Cunha, so he's a false 9. I don't agree with the false 9 anyway. It's horse shit. It's been around since the 70s, the false 9 is. Actually, it's been around since the 30s, the false 9ers. It's just horse shit. It's just a position that people... No, sorry, let me get it right. Guardiola invented. Sorry, I forgot.
Guardiola, who actually plays the Barcelona way, which is fucking not even Spanish anyway.
Well, fucking stole it from, what was his name? The fucking Brazilian forward in the 70s. To start, it's like Tostado, it's Tostatis or whatever. He played as a false fucking nine, didn't he? It's just been around.
Testao. Was it Testao? Something like
That's
that.
it. There's something like he's been around. False nine's been around for years. So, and I don't like a false nine. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. But he played. You know, I think he wore number 9 on the back of his shirt or something stupid like that. And he played deep half the fucking game. You know, he went deep to get it. I just don't agree with the false nine. So I don't think Cunha or Mbuemo or anyone could play with a false nine. Yeah, Puskás probably was actually by half time, to be fair. He probably was. And so I don't like Cunha in that role. I don't. I think he's better off coming from deep. I've always said this. He attacks better. Yes, he runs into blind alleys. Yes, he loses the ball, but he gets us up the pitch. And I think we miss that when he's in the false nine. That's my own personal opinion. What else have we got? Let's have a look.
If anyone was going to start, like, that you weren't sure about, it's going to be Rashford on the left, isn't it, for Dorgu?
Dorgu needs dropping ace for that 45 minutes.
Yeah, he was poor. Yeah, he was.
He was poor, but I think he was doing other people's work for him because they weren't doing their jobs, and I think that fucking affected him. He's been so good since the end of last season and all through pre-season. Comes into this game and it's like we've never seen this guy before.
Nah, you have no.
His finger out.
He missed from about 2 yards out, mate. I couldn't care less.
I know. No, just let it hit you. Just let it hit you. It goes in. It's one of them.
Guy refuses to use his right foot, and even on the 1-2s on the edge of the box, he should not be playing games like this. You're not suited to these low blocks. But he came off anyways. I would be starting Cunha or Rashford on the left.
No. But that's why I say, because he took Dorgu off and put Rashford on the left instead of moving Cunha out there and putting Rashford through the middle.
Remember, you end up putting Cunha on the right and then putting the Boomer down the middle. It's a little bit too late by that time.
Quickly, Mark, before we go to the next question, I just want to ask Mark, since you're a coach, if you were Gary O'Neill, the Ipswich manager, would you have played a back 5 against Man United?
No, because it takes too long to get your principles of play, and you wouldn't do that within 1 week. Unless that is their default.
Didn't he play back 5 as a Wolf manager when he was the Wolves manager?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. But my point is, when you train your team through pre-season, you normally work on, like, say, 3 different formations, like for different teams. If they've done it, great. If they haven't, then I wouldn't change to it. But if they defend in a sort of 4-5-1, then there's every chance it's not too much to change because you would counter from that position. But I don't think that's how he plays. I mean, there's many ways to take advantage of Man United, and it's just power, pace, and determination. And unfortunately, that's what we're lacking. And they've got the height in midfield again. They're a tall team. Well,
it's not just the height; they got the deliveries and the counter pressing as well.
Yeah. So Gary O'Neill is a very smart manager who I would have taken as an assistant manager when he got sacked from Wolves back in time. There was links with him coming to United. He's a very smart guy, so I don't expect an easy game against Ipswich. But I am with Cass at Old Trafford. We've got to suck that ball in, and it has to be a clean sheet and do everything.
Don't need to suck nothing.
Yeah.
I just realised what I said. Cup of tea, anyone?
Right. Just for the argument's sake, if I was Gary O'Neill, I'd play 4-4-2 against us, and they'd wipe the floor with us with a 4-4-2 because they work their wings with power. Leif Davis, power. They're good up front, decent through the middle. We wouldn't know what to do against a 4-4-2.
I think we'd wipe the floor with a lot of teams if we put Bruno up front with a striker and played 4-4-2 ourselves. Chuck the ball in the box. Bruno can stay up there and link the play up with a striker if he wants to. But
you could come in behind. Yeah. I mean, it'd
be an interesting game. To Andy Cole.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting game. Cass, this one's for you from Trev, and he says, "Are we on another rebuild? As all I'm hearing is player for this position, player for that position. If I had to listen to everyone, it's nearly half the positions on the team."
Been rebuilding for about since Ronaldo left. If I'm being totally honest, keep rebuilding the rebuild. I mean, I think we're on the right track. I think, of course, is it in the pace I would like, or not really know, but I'm just being realistic for where he is right now. I know what to expect out of this United side as it stands. So that's why I'm not going too much overboard. Maybe some others. I do get giddy, don't get me wrong. I am part of the giddy train, as always. Just in 2 games and I'm back on it. Don't matter what. But under Ineos's rebuild, it started since they came in the door. So I think this has been it. It's been some crap ones. Like I'd say the management choices have been absolutely cheeks. They haven't been great, but the players, it's like they failed upwards somehow and got the better players every time they've missed out on the target. So I'm not too mad at it. It just depends what we get in for next season. I think next season you have to put a statement down. I think you've had 3 years now. You get some proper centre backs and whatever else, and it's time to go for the league, in my opinion.
No. Good. Thanks for that, Trev. Good question. Nuruddin, got one for you from, we'll call him Danny. Would it take another shocking performance and result against Ipswich to force the necessary transfer ambition?
No, don't take a shot.
No, it's too late.
Performance matter to me. Matter to me, because I think that's what you can always fall back on. Results, sometimes you can get lucky. Performances means that the team, the coaching staff, the players, they're comfortable with the plan. So no, performance for me.
I think what they mean is if we lose to Ipswich, will they go out and buy 2-3 players? But you only have less than 2 days to do it. We play on the 30th, and then if window shuts Monday. What?
Yeah, you'll have 1.5 days, effectively.
Yeah. I mean,
have it. Like I get it. I actually agree. I thought this myself. If we fucking lost 2 in a row, then we go panic buy like we always do, right? At the end of the window, or panic loan. I'll take a panic loan, but no sales.
Good question.
I don't know. The fact that they think that we don't need a left back is just shocking to me. That's what they're briefing out.
Well, I've got a question for you guys.
Well, we got told. Remember, we got told we weren't even going in potentially for a third central midfielder. We got told all summer.
Yeah,
all the same shit constantly.
All the same shit. Yeah.
Could have a surprise left back. None of us have been talking about. Who knows?
But I've got a question because it's just popped in my head listening to everyone talk and seeing the chat. If we need a left back and we don't buy one now, we know we need at least potentially 2 centre backs next year, right?
And a left back.
And a left back. And I'd say a right back.
Yeah.
Stu, first and foremost, you're the centre back here.
Yeah.
You cannot be a Premier League club rebuilding your 4-man defence.
You wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want to be. No, you wouldn't. You'd only buy one centre back to limit or to mitigate issues. You'd buy one full back.
So basically, now we need, between now and January, I believe, and this is my question to you: do we need to buy 2 defenders and put 2 more in the summer?
Yes. One now, 1 in January, 2 in the summer. Correct.
Yeah. Otherwise, we are fucked. And if they're looking for winning the league next year or whatever it is,
you say. Well, you say that. If I remember, did Arsenal not go out there by Hincapié, Calafiori, Timber, Mascara all in one window, and 2 of them starting?
They had that centre backs were already fixed, weren't they? So they're not actually replacing the centre back.
If Heaven is as good as he's meant to be, that we all think he's gonna be, then surely you just need his partner.
I think it'll be Heaven +1. It will be Heaven +1.
Whatever fullback comes in now,
I hope he keeps his position. But last year, as soon as fucking Martinez was fit, Heaven got dropped.
I think that'd be stupid. But
I agree.
But if you get a good enough left back now, that can start. If you can upgrade on that left back, if the opportunity arises, Lewis Hall, then you do that. I think with Delo or Mazarawi, whichever one goes, it's going to be a young fullback. Don't think he's going to necessarily be a starter. I think Camerson, after what he was showcasing today, he's
again tonight.
He's the ideal kind of right back.
Yeah, it looks good.
Very
pace, power, can hit a ball. Gary Neville needs to take notes because Jesus Christ, he broke the net tonight.
Yeah, no, he does. He does look good. Right, what else have we got? Jarvis, how is Delict's? I think he means Delict recovery doing right now.
Oh, he's doing deadlifts, as I've showed you a lot of times.
he's doing
He's getting fit. No, honestly, the latest reports I've seen on Delict is he's back in training. But as they said, the report said he will be back. I think they said fall. So that's
Winter,
maybe
Christmas.
September, October, November, something. We don't know, but I think it will take a little bit of time for him to get back into the rhythm. And he had surgeries, the back surgery, so I don't expect him back. Maybe in the beginning of October at the best. I don't know, Cass. What's your?
No, I just sorry. I just saw a graph on Florian Wirtz.
Oh God! Well done. Yeah, that's comedy value. That is comedy
Yeah.
value.
Yeah. It's just so obviously someone altered it to make it look like he does absolutely nothing, but I just found it funny.
Yeah. Right. Final question then, guys, and it's a bit of a fun one from Vicky, and she would like to know how we're all doing on our fantasy Premier League. I think we all bought the Tactical Devils. I know Mark isn't. Did you join, you two?
I'm not. I don't do fantasy football league. I don't do it. I did it once, and I was cheering against Manchester United.
That's why Cass don't do it.
I get.
That's why I
cheering
don't
on
do it.
I get way too obsessed.
Yeah.
I get way too obsessed, and I get way into it, and then I'll start looking at thinking, yeah, somebody score against United so that I can get points.
Yeah.
Because the groups that I'm in are super competitive. Like me and my friends who grew up.
Yeah.
I can't do it either, man.
What you mean when you're a United fan and you've got to pick three Liverpool players, 3 Man City players, 3 Arsenal players? You're like, fucking hell, this is...
I don't understand. I don't understand how someone could be cheering. It's like, oh no, but as long as they lose 3-2, I'm like, oh, it's anti everything I go against. I'm sorry, you can't have them wanting. I guarantee they had Isak in their team yesterday or Haaland wanting to score. How fucking that's just that mind boggles me. Honestly,
who's your front two?
And then they have
Haaland
Gabriel.
and Pedro.
Haaland and João. Oh, Pedro worked out well for you.
I got 60 points. I'm a 19th in our league.
And the worst part is they will have Gabriel in defence and want Arsenal to keep clean sheets. It's like, why do you want that?
So that's my team.
Yeah, this is Stu's team. So quick look: Ryan goal, Gabriel 5 points, Soboslai 8, Rice your captain 6 points, Sangare 14 points, and João Pedro 11.
Oh yeah,
so you did quite
how
well.
good did Sangare look in his first game?
He was strong.
Not good enough for United.
Cole Palmer style.
So just quickly, we have Songa FC, Atletico Patetico, and Welsh Devil United, top 3 on our league. Stu is sitting
who's
on
the first one?
I'm 19th.
85.
Yeah, you got 85. Yeah,
86 points.
What's his
Songa
He's
FC.
triple
Let's have a
captain
look.
already, hasn't he?
But he's got a whole player.
So
there.
bench boost,
Bench
ranked
boost. Yeah, I was gonna say
26,000
you've
in the
used one of them.
world.
bench.
Yeah, strong bench. Yeah, using the tokens already.
I can't see the bench.
Oh, let me get rid of. Let me take that off.
Remove the comment. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Isn't
So
she
we
meant
have
to be going to bed,
Soboslai
like,
White.
No, she's
11
still
points for Ben. Benny, I don't like football.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's quite strong.
I-
You have Rogers.
I never change
Dyer.
my team. I always pick my team, then I leave it. I don't change it. I don't change captains or anything like that. I just leave
You
my team.
got the wrong Palmer.
See how we go.
So my team, where is it? Where is my team? What?
Where
Keep
are you?
scrolling down.
Oh, here we
fellas.
are, number 38. So
Oh, dear. Oh,
not
dear.
doing well. 53 points. Stu beat me by 7 points this round, and I have Sangare, João Pedro. Awful captain choice with Bruno Fernandes. He only blanked, though Soboslai did okay. But I have Calafiori on the bench, and Pedro Porro was injured, so I will get 9 points extra. So unless you have any bench points, Stu, I think I will beat you by 2 points this round.
Yeah, you probably will do. But I don't change mine. I pick my I pick it up and then that's it. I just leave it. I don't bother changing it. I don't get hooked in the world of FPL. But
No.
I don't.
It's just for fun.
I
It's
didn't
just
change
for
my
fun.
team all the way.
And
It's the
there
web
are some.
It's a web.
Yeah, I didn't change my team at all last year, and I still performed okay. And that team will perform okay. And it'll do what I want.
Half of it
the
is
Q&A,
changing captains. It's changing.
I
last
can't be asked.
minute
I don't do
injuries.
any of that shit. I don't do any subs. I leave it. I pick the team and I leave it. So I know
Old school, the 1900s, early 1900s.
Yeah, that's why he picks Haaland. Leave him in.
Ultimately, throughout the season, every player has a purple patch. It's just life. They do, and that's all I do. So I don't bother
Best
with.
coaches swap them out. The purple patches comes.
Look, if you take it super serious, it'll consume your life, as Cass says.
Well, that's what he did to me. Yeah,
and I won't do it. I won't have it.
I was dreaming about it. It became so bad. I was dreaming about it.
I picked my team, and that's it. The end.
Yeah, it's reasonable. Any more questions, or are we done with the Q&A?
No, we are done, mate. My bed is calling me, I'm afraid, old friend.
Okay, nice kit, Stu. Old school. Nice kit, that.
Yeah, this is, you could tell it. I've had it since new. Yeah, I've had it since new. Yeah. Love it.
Brian Robson. That shirt reminds me of Brian Robson.
Before we, guys, I just want to thank Mace Mount fan and Bilal for a couple of super chats, and also I want to thank the legend himself, Roshmano, for gifting 20 Tactical Devils membership. You are the best and chief moderator on the channel on all of this, always so supportive of the channel. So thank you, Roshmano, and it's been a lot of comments tonight, a lot of I don't know what to say about the live comments tonight. A lot of back and forward, to say it like that. I hope it's in good faith, and
I'm sure it's all in good banter. I'm sure it's all in good banter.
Lively.
I'm off to Italy. I'm leaving Wednesday night, so I might do a show on Wednesday.
Are you sure you're leaving?
Yes, I'm sure.
Are you sure? Because some people in the chat don't understand when they meant to leave that they still stick around for some reason. Do you know what I mean? No. Just wondering.
Well, I'm definitely flying tomorrow. That's for sure.
Are you sure, Stu? Are you sure?
I'm definitely flying tomorrow. 100%.
Just making sure. Just making sure.
No, the only thing that can stop me is there might be a strike. In
Italy, there's always a strike.
There's always a strike. So we will see, but it means I won't be around for until Monday night. So there will be a Jarvis's Corner next Monday, so in 1 week. So hopefully I can sneak in a show Wednesday, and I don't know if Stu or Mark or anyone is around to do a show this weekend.
I won't be around Wednesday.
Hey, no. Come watch it over on my channel. There you go.
I won't be around Wednesday, but I might be able to do something over the weekend. We'll stay in touch, mate. We'll sort something. We'll stay in touch.
Yeah, we will figure it out. So, guys, if you have to just press that bell notification, and you will know when we are live next. But we usually go live Monday nights 9 p.m., Thursday nights 9 p.m., and Sunday nights 9 p.m. That's our schedule.
After the game.
So guys, when are you next live? Mark, United Lens, are you live tomorrow night?
Yeah, tomorrow night 10 p.m. I'll be live doing the preview early because I've got so much on coming up. So I'll do my preview for the Ipswich game, and then maybe do another video if we hear some weird and wonderful in the press conference. But I've got a lot of fallout after yesterday's ranking games for my disability team. So so, and I've got to actually say thank you to all three of you, actually, Cass, Norden and you, Jarvis, for the raids recently, because it has half helped out the channel, especially with these new bloody YouTube algorithm changes coming. So, and as of today, new algorithm. So
there's another new one.
Yes, now you're going to see an increase of up to almost 50% on your likes, because less than a second.
No, views.
So when you're on the web page and you hover and it starts playing, even that will class as a view. So views, not likes. But they do think that then what that might do is bring people in and push up the monetization, because you only got to watch something like 30 seconds, isn't it? So
yeah. And then Nuruddin, you will be live tomorrow or
Yeah, I'm
Wednesday?
thinking about it. Yeah, it depends. It might be earlier, it might be late. Don't know yet.
And Cass, you go live every day, never foul,
Every
and
day.
Cass is central around
Sorry,
1:30.
what's about that?
1:30,
Yeah.
yeah, 1:30, yeah.
You should, Vicky should pop in sometime. Might like it.
Who knows?
Spread the wisdom.
It's banter, guys. No,
I'm
no
not- you
offense.
can never take me serious.
It's
No,
all
no.
right.
It's been a great show. Thank you, Stu. Have safe travels to Paris tomorrow. Mark, Nuruddin, Cass, thank you everybody for coming on. Thank you guys in the comment section. If you haven't, smash a like, subscribe if this is your first time on the Tactical Devils, and we will be back next time.
Just look out if you can, and I know the it doesn't always let people know. It doesn't give notifications for whatever reason. YouTube's fully, but we will do something. So please just look out for us.
Yeah. Okay. Have a good one. Good night.
Take care,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.